Good evening, everybody. We are back live for a special event. That's right. This is the Meseeks Invitational $500 COD Mobile Pro Tournament. We've got two action-packed days full of double elimination tournament-style bracket tournament. Yeah, you get what I'm saying there. Tonight with me, we've got Day in the lobby, ready to rock and roll on the ones and twos. We just got done playing some Battle Royale, and bro, were you tearing those bots up?
Yeah, we were doing all right until that last game. I'm always gonna blame Echo for that one. It came in, started talking, cracked our focus, and we got bodied by some bot with an Arctic 50. But
Yeah, I know, right? Echo always coming in to ruin the fun.
But we got a lobby full of not bots for you guys to watch. We didn't stream our action because we figured it wasn't up to your guys' standards. But these guys bring that A+ game to the table every single day. It's Seminole, and it is status quo. And my goodness, this is a matchup that I have been waiting for a while.
Dude, this is a matchup that we're about to get. It's going to be a best of three. Again, this is a double elimination style bracket tournament that we are running today and Wednesday. We had a little bit of a late start, but that's okay because we had a few other tournaments going on, so we accommodated. Mayhem do get the win over Lux. We weren't able to stream that match because Lux actually DQ'd or forfeited. So they're actually going to be moving on to the losers bracket. I'm taking a look at who we have available still to play. Obviously, we're going to have a few more matchups tonight other than this one. 11E and Tribe played on Gil's channel. If you checked it out, it was a 2-0. Tribe playing very well. ARP Gaming and Cygnus still left to play. And 11E moving down to that losers bracket as well as Lux. They'll play the losers of each of respective matchup. This one in particular will move on to face Lux, which I'm not 100% sure which games we're going to have up next. I'm assuming we'll play the winners match of this one and NYSL Mayhem. So I've got to say, man, this is probably one of the best events that we've seen in a put together for an 8-team invitational. It's got sweat dripping from left to right. You got ARP, Stage 4 champions, Cygnus, Stage 4 champions as well for Latham. 11E, one of those teams that always comes through and pops off. As a matter of fact, they're top of the leaderboard right now for Mayhem, and I say that right now because that could change any minute. Tribe as well, topped in 18 for the longest. Seminole, one of those underage teams that are very well respected throughout the community. And of course, you got your Mayhem and Status Quo in the mix. And then Lux, probably one of those teams that are up and coming, just haven't had a chance to prove themselves just yet. Dave, we got best of 3 rotation and everything for these guys too, right?
We do. Actually, hold on. I think Hello gave me the wrong one.
Echo's got the right one. There we go.
The other one's above. Yep. Okay, I see it. Yep. So Seminole with a ban on Crossfire and Status Quo, a ban on Summit, makes Verdict a happy boy. We also have a ban on the Annihilator by Seminole and the Kinetic Armor by Status Quo. And our map rotation for you guys tonight. Yikes.
Yikes is right.
Can we trade Summit in somewhere? Anywhere but the hard point.
Anywhere but the hard point, right?
We got a hard point standoff for you guys. When we get into game 2, we'll be looking at a search and destroy on takeoff.
Ooh.
And if we make it to a game 3, we're gonna have a domination on Hackney Yard for you.
Yucky.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this is gonna be one of those best of 3 rotations where I'm looking at it and I'm like, once we get in the game, I'm sure you'll lose. No, I'm not gonna put it behind me because honestly, it's takeoff, search and destroy. I can okay with, but if we make it to that game 3, dude, it's gonna be disgusting. Domination Hackney Yard is probably one of the worst competitive maps in that game mode in particular, just because of how lopsided it is. Seminole does ban the Annihilator and Status Quo banning the Kinetic Armor. Was definitely interesting, and we won't see a Summit because Status Quo banned it. Seminole banned Crossfire, thank God. Maybe a Summit. I would appreciate a Summit domination better, in my opinion, but hey, I don't make the rotations, these guys do, and they don't pre-select them. They are randomly generated, so it's not our selection. I promise you we have better taste than that, but nonetheless, we're going to get geared up for this game 1, and predictions day. I know that we've talked about how well Seminole's been playing recently, but can't neglect the fact that Status Quo have probably been neck and neck with them as well.
Yeah, I mean, these are two incredibly solid teams, and, you know, we have seen Seminole go up against some of those upper tier teams that, you know, they've been compared to for quite a while, and they have certainly found their struggles. So, up against a team like Status Quo, another absolutely fantastic team that we haven't necessarily seen fully at the top of the top, but we know they have that potential. That's why I think this is such a great matchup. I mean, just look at the names we have on both sides here. We've got Asta, we've got Hax, we've got Blur, we've got Vague, Slothy, Jingo, Washi, Jez, Raballo, and Ingenic. And I gotta say, probably if you would have asked me like 2 or 3 seasons ago, if Ingenic would be playing with the likes of Jingo, Blur, Washi, and the likes, I'd have been like, no chance. But this dude has put in the work, he's stepped his gameplay up, and he has earned his spot on this team.
You're absolutely right, bro. Pretty sweaty lobby. I mean, I'm taking a look at the profile pictures. I know we made mention of both teams. Status Quo delivering. As a matter of fact, I'm digging Injetics, Blurs, and Astas. Looking at it, is that an Arizona T-Cam with a cat blend? Like, how do you even...
I was trying to figure out if it was a cat or something else.
Yeah.
I don't know, man.
Well, you know what? We are going to know here shortly. As soon as everybody readies up, we'll know who is the better team on this hardpoint standoff. It is a 4-point rotation. Probably one of the more balanced maps, in my opinion, for standoff, you know, hardpoint in general. But I know we've gone back and forth on, you know, whether we like it or not. I think I've agreed that I've liked it, but I don't know if I've gotten your perspective recently. I know you mentioned you're not a big fan of standoff in comparison to a map like Raid. But how competitive is this map in this rotation with the other two right there next to it?
I love standoff.
Here we go.
Yeah, I'm here for it. This is one of my favorite hardpoint maps, actually. I think the hardpoint rotation is just unique enough that it really emphasizes on strategy more than, you know, you look at a firing range. And dude, I love firing range for anything except hardpoint, because P1, P2, and P3 all have the exact same spawn, and if you get in your positions and you're winning your gunfights, you are just going to absolutely blow your opponents out of the water in the first 3 points. You look at standoff, you are going to have that kind of P1, P2, but I mean, that's going to be any map. P3, you're then jumping across the map. P4, you're then jumping across the map from there. Then, you know, right back towards mid. So it really relies heavily on those players that are going to play anchor and for them to win their gunfights. So challenges teams in a lot of different aspects.
Challenge me right now is the fact that we've been in the lobby for close to 10 minutes and we haven't gotten a fresh start yet. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna ask
waiting
the
on
admin.
Hacks.
Yeah, come on, Hacks. Get your act together, bro. Let's go. You already know the deal.
Could have played another BR. No,
hey, look. Look, let me just top you guys off. So we were in the middle of a match. I got pulled up on by 3 people. I wiped the hell out of them. And then the 4th guy is up on the top of the hill and sniped both of us just out of nowhere. So, long story short, we were able to start the tournament off, or the stream off, on time. But here we are waiting in the lobby for these guys to ready up. So, a big feels bad for Verdict and Denominate's Pro BR quest.
Yo, look, I'm glad we got a chance to play, because I've been trying to play for a while, and my schedule has just been...
Understandable.
Not okay.
Well, look, we got some games in. We got that chemistry, bro.
Yeah.
I mean, just be looking out. Be on the lookout for Day and Verdict in a Battle Royale lobby near you. So don't be concerned because we're not that good. But we do dance circle around those bots in the game.
As long as you guys know, if you see us on your team, you need to put your big boy pants on, because you got to carry.
You got to clutch those tags too, because we're probably going to go down and be out 2 or 3 times during the matchup too. So we'll try not to put that kind of stress on you guys. We'll more than likely duo squad it, and or duo quad it, and you know, we won't fill lobby. So if you do get lucky enough to get in the lobby with us, don't be scared, don't be shy. Just be ready to carry, okay? Because it's a lot of work cut out between us. Got a lot of chemistry, but again, we're not very good at the game.
You've never seen such dead weight on your team.
No, but I'm sure Hitman and the rest of the gang that played with me today definitely have. They saw my performance. It was terrible to say the least. But I did win a few gunfights. They banned the Bison early. I couldn't use my Bison, but kind of slayed out with that that ES Valid points. But hey, I got third in the lobby for the last Search and Destroy. I got 5 kills. Come on now.
Yeah, you told me to give you a hard time. I think you should go back and rewatch the last like 30 minutes of my stream was
bashing Verdict.
Straight smashing Verdict for how bad you played.
Dude, I'm definitely watching that tonight, and I'm gonna sit back and laugh.
All right, yeah, as long as you watch it, knowing I didn't mean anything I said.
Oh, no. I definitely I look forward to the to the vocabulary you use to describe my bot gameplay.
Hey, it was Trovo Showdown. It was family friendly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can read between lines, Day. You know that, right? Oh boy.
Man. Definitely a good time.
Can we spam this start button again, guys? Because honestly, it's like we're 15 minutes in and everyone's been in the lobby for a good 10 minutes waiting, and
no ping, no party.
No ping, no party, right? Yo, Matt, you enjoy that, bro? We're just chilling, having a good time. Obviously, if you guys are just joining us tonight, this is not a normal, this is not a normal tournament that we cast. This is actually a one-time ordeal. It might be something that we pursue in the future, depending on how it goes, but it's a double.
I hear a game starting.
Oh, yeah, there we go. This is a double elimination Meseeks Invitational bracket-style tournament. So, bracket is pinned at the top. You'll guys be able to take advantage of being able to see who's already played and what expectations we have moving forward. I think we're going to go ahead and jump into it. Nobody's leaving the lobby. Game 1 on the line here. On board Washi. They're going to be trying to make this push to the point, but Seminole have a tight grip. As we do see about 10 seconds in, or roughly 10, going in. And Seminole on the backs of Vague, picking up some massive perimeter kills. Are going to be able to sneak past about 15 points uncontested.
Yeah, we do have a pretty big opening hold for the side of Seminole, but we do have a couple players from Status Quo starting to slide in. Asta coming on in. Washi looking for Raballo, but Raballo MX-9 in hand, going to win those close-range gunfights. Status Quo with a slight retake, but not long before Status Quo fall victim to the power that is Seminole. Ooh, Washi. Probably had no right to win that fight with Vague, but Raballo is there for the refrags. And now, with 0.1 starting to dwindle away, you can see Seminole, they're going ahead, starting to get set up for that P2. A great flash from Washi, going to come through. Helps him pick up one. Absolutely dumpsters hacks in the back of gas station. And doesn't see Vague, and does.
That's it. This push towards P2 is going to be a tough one, as I already see. Oh my god, Blur with the 8-max, absolutely OP. Not able to take out the second one, but is going to be able to take out the objective player. And, it's not necessarily the best results that you could expect, but being able to take the guys over at Seminole who have had the advantage the entire time here in P2, the ability to take that OBJ player off, definitely going to be massive. But now we're about 30 seconds in, and Status Quo still have yet to get on point. More than a few points at a time, and I think this is the point where they actually just back, take a chill pill, set up for that P3 spawn site, and invest in it, because right now you're not going to be able to get. Oh, they got a few scrap moments off, but I mean, what is scrap time in comparison to like 30 seconds uncontested up the top blue? I mean, I don't know. Those are the questions that I'm wondering now.
Yeah, definitely looking like a big opportunity. Asta is up top, watching that ladder, ready to beam whoever he can, but my goodness, Jez, he's like, bro, I see you through that wall. I'm going to start peppering you a little bit, and Slothy pushes on up. That's going to be a couple kills coming on through. Takes Status Quo off the point. Now Seminole have a pretty big opportunity to defend this point, extend their lead quite a bit. Vague finds 2 with the Sparrow. Jez able to pick off Asta out of the window. Did see the grab vortex coming through for Blur. It does suck up Vague, but ooh, it actually might have got them the break.
That is, it's going to give them a break. They're going to need this desperately because they're going into a P4 transition that is probably going to be rougher than they expected. As a matter of fact, they needed these points off the bat. If they can get it uncontested, nope, Vague's there. Vague has just been a tyrant this game, dude. 13 kills on board, 13 and 6, double positive. Jez right there neck and neck, 13 and 7. Just plus a death there. Stats are pretty unique, pretty similar, but 39-point advantage is where we're going to see Seminole team take it to this P4 transition where Status Quo for the first time tonight have an advantage. Can they keep it though? Enjetic doing everything he can. Blur and Asta as well. We're going to see the kills come through. The trades are made, and Status Quo for the first time of the night are going to be able to take the advantage on this point. Going to have to hold it dearly because this is the money hill that they desperately need to get back in this thing. Could even bolster them to a lead if they hold it for long enough, but the push comes through on the backside. Slothy able to take down 2, but is traded. Vague gonna push in, is gonna be taken out. Status Quo are back in this thing, 11 points down now. Looking to regroup themselves, 14 kills on board for Hacks, and we're gonna see another contest, and this is a complete wipe. They're not gonna be able to take the lead off this one. Now Blur tried to hold down the backside spawns. Asta comes through, and Hacks able to annihilate them. A neck-and-neck game now. This is not the competitive, or this is not the game that we were seeing earlier. As a matter of fact, Seminole were kind of blowing Status Quo out of the water, but Status Quo themselves regain a little bit of confidence, and now we're going to see a closer to an 18-point lead. Make that 17 as P1 resets come through, and Status Quo are back on point.
Hostiles have captured the hard point. Lost the lead.
Yeah, Status Quo had a big opportunity to turn things around here, but Slothy up top with the Holger in hand starts absolutely beaming. Picking up a couple kills left and right. Now both teams cleared off of P1 except for one player in Jingo, who was anchoring down some of that time. He gets that sixth sense that someone's rotating behind him, and Hacks is going to pick up the W in that gunfight. About a 10-point game between these two teams. Jingo and Asta might not have seen Slothy back there, but they almost certainly had to hear him shoot at him, right?
Oh, absolutely. I was just switching over to the perspective, and they are going to be able to clear off this P1 reset now. They're going to be able to extend that lead that they kind of dwindled away from. Jingo going to make the push up top, and I'm looking at Status Quo with an advantage here on the P2 transition. Jingo can't die here. If he does, it could mean the spawns can flip. He is going to fall back, and that's a good sign. Vague on the contest here, going to gas, and now we're going to see the push come through Granny's. Vague going to be able to extend his life. Asta going to be in a bit of compromise here. Is going to be taken down, and Status Quo still have the point, but they don't have spawns, as I do see Asta is spawning out. They're going to be making the rotation through this mid lane, and Smoke's going to help clear for him. So about 35 seconds on the point remaining, and Status Quo remain in possession of it, but I don't see it happening for too much longer, as I do see 2 players circle around the backside. Warehouse not safe. Hacks pulls out the death machine, and we're going to start to see a contest back and forth, but oh my god, Enjetic finding 1 and Washi finding 4 with his death machine could definitely help them out. They've taken the lead for the first time tonight. Hack's going to be on the contest, and they are going to get the break, but it's going to be short-lived, as P3 is where this thing could actually end at. Both teams are tied up. 1 point tick advantage for the guys over at Seminole, but make that 4, as I do see those last few seconds get trickled up. It's been a long day. It's been a long day, bro.
Dude, tell me about it. Meseeks ran late into the night last night. We were up to do EU this morning. Had some NA action going on, and now here we are once again for the Meseeks Invitational Showdown. And Status Quo is putting on a good show. Seminole here putting on a good show. And Status Quo. Is this the break of a century? Is this a break of a century?
I don't
Blur
think so.
picked a 3-piece gravity vortex up?
Asta there on the contest. Washi's
goodness.
here too. This is a break of a lifetime. Oh my god, the vortex literally cleared out the point. All 3 of them get taken down. Washi picks up 2 more. Seminole not able to contest here. 3 seconds and counting. Status quo on the backs of a comeback. Shut down Seminole in game number 1. 150 to 146. You called it. Blur's, I was thinking, that can't be it. Blur picked up 3 with that Vortex. 200 IQ. Peeked up the staircase. Didn't give him anything to work with. Just put those shots in. Cleared it out. And a well-composed status quo W on the backs of making that early P3 break. Just a massive hard point there for them.
It's a draw. Stand down.
Yeah, huge game for status quo there. That 3-piece coming through at the end. I mean, single-handedly was the game saver. I mean, you had a couple players that were pushing. Maybe they win their gunfight, maybe they don't. But that Gravity Vortex picking up 3 just sealed the deal. You saw Slothy, Jez, and I think it was Hacks spawned gas after that, and just was not time to get back on the board, and status quo come through with the victory. Celestial, I don't think you were here yesterday, so I'm going to repeat our big shout out to you the other day. Thank you so much for being an awesome member of the community, and happy belated birthday, girl.
Happy belated birthday, and hope you have the best one indeed. I don't know if it was last night or tonight, but we got the word. We made the announcement last night. We'll do it again here on stream for you, as we do see your team in the lobby playing their hearts out. As a matter of fact, I'm taking a look at the scorecard. You look at that, Seminole completely outfragged. You know, without a shadow of a doubt. They outfrag status quo. They win that 9 times out of 10. Blur with the great placed Vortex sealed the deal. I didn't think it was going to be enough, but he picked up 2, and then the third happened to just slide right into it. So very tough and well-fought game number 1 going to go in the hands of the guys over at status quo. They're going to be up 1-0 in the series, and now we're going to see a search and destroy on takeoff be the deciding factor if Seminole move on to the losers bracket or if they extend it to a game 3. But here we go. Predictions based off of what we just saw there. Seminole definitely brought their A game. There was, no doubt about that. They outfragged, they outplayed status quo all throughout that whole game. Just the fact that status quo stayed in long enough to extend it to that P3 rotation and then Blur's absolutely beautifully placed Vortex. You take those away, Seminole take that game easily. Will they be able to, contest here at a search or destroy where, it's a wide open map? They're not going to be able to, I don't think if it gets out of hand early, I don't think they're going to be able to come back like they did earlier.
Yeah, I mean, it's not often you see a comeback like that happen, and especially of a Gravity Vortex play. And you, more than anyone, Verdict, know that I have harped on people running the Gravity Vortex for a long time, specifically because they use it for like a 1-to-1 shot for a kill. When you play it smart like Blur did there, you chuck it up into a small room that you know is occupied by the enemy, you suck in multiple kills, or you use it to help your team position and stop the enemy from rotating in. Those are the key moments that you're going to run in with the Vortex. So great gameplay coming out of both of these teams there. It was Seminoles to win until, again, just a well-timed operator comes through and steals it away. Now, the series is not over. I believe this is a best of 3, correct, Verdict?
That is correct. We have at least one more map. Depending on if Seminole takes this next game, could be a game 3.
Well, I'm definitely hoping for that game 3. We'll have to see. But, it's not over till it's over, and we know Seminole is one of those teams that when they do go down, they're ready to throw hands for that next round.
I mean, they threw hands the first game. Let's, honestly, they should have won that game. There's no ifs, ands, buts about it. You take a look at the scorecard, there's no way that status quo will take that game from you. You subtract that 200 IQ Blur play, and it's easily an 18-point advantage that they can close that first game out on. You're not going to have that opportunity here in the Search and Destroy, but I will say this. There's something unique about when Blur and Washi snipe that gives me faith that status quo could very well take this game in 2. This is a wide open map. They can play for picks early on when they swap over to the attack on the defense. They don't need to be aggressive. This is all going to come down to how Seminole play it. So I'm not going to make any predictions, but it's definitely going to be a stout one. The first one was, I wouldn't say it was as competitive as the scoreboard puts it as far as like points wise, because hands down, I'll continue to say it. Seminole outslayed, outpositioned, outplayed status quo the entire game. So status quo definitely got to feel good about that victory, but they got to come in humble here on this game 3 or game 2, because if they ride that high horse into this game 2, they're gonna get knocked down pretty quickly.
Yep, just waiting on a couple players to get readied up, and boom, there they go, ready and in the lobby. Search and destroy, getting ready to take off. We know what a threat Seminole can be, but I do have to say, status quo, historically speaking, a stronger search team than they are Respawn. And granted, again, it was a matter of a split-second play that won them that hard point. It's not going to be an easy battle for them up against the likes of Seminole. I mean, Vague is an absolute slayer in search and destroy, and I fully expect to see that come through here. Oh, Washi, the COD timingest of COD timings, might have just had a 3-piece if he didn't zoom out at the wrong second. That literally could have been a triple collab on stream.
Vague gonna get one, but Vague, oh my god, I thought that was Vague. That was Slothy. Slothy gets one as well. Now Jingo is gonna be in a 1v3. This is what I was mentioning earlier. The ability to outslay their opponent. They find themselves in a 3v1. Vague wins those. Seminole take a 1-0 advantage, and I'd been watching Washi because I wanted to see what he was going to do, but by the time I swapped to him and swapped over to another player, the deed had already been done. But if that 3-piece would have came through and I would have missed it, I would have been so pissed. I would have gone back and watched a recording just so I could get the clip.
I have it recording on my side. If we would have got it, we would have had the clip. Yep.
Talking about, dude. That's talking about someone to have your back, man. Look, we're gonna make a great duo in BR. Just proceed, look out.
Yeah, that might be a little bit of a stretch, but you know, appreciate the the confidence. Is looking like a 1-for-1 trade comes through, but Rabalo able to bring it back a little bit into their favor. Then Jez really puts the nail in the coffin with the pickup on Asta. Now Washi, I think he's getting rotated up from behind. Yep, that's going to be Slothy picking up the 2-piece to finish things off in a incredibly convincing round. Going to go over to the side of Seminole here once again.
Yep, that slaying ability is coming out and come in handy here. And this search or destroy, again, this isn't a hard point where you could, bank on, operators to come through or anything like this. It's going to be pure natural gun skill to start things off. And Seminole doing a decent job of making some early picks. As I say that, Energetic actually going to get the first blood. Vague going to be in danger here, but Vague, oh my god, abused that door frame. Using it as a little peeking back and forth mechanism. And Energetic was patient, didn't push out, didn't need to be, over aggressive. Wasn't able to win the gunfight. Vague does. Vague is going to be taken out, and now we're going to have, for the first time this matchup, that's going to be status quo with the advantage. Jingo finds one in Slothy. That's a massive frag, but Hack's going to be right there to pick him up. Nobody there to get the refrag from status quo, and Seminole in a 2v3 situation now, much more doable than a 2v4. Hex has got the bomb in hand, so we'll see how this pans out. What I don't recommend, and this is what I'm thinking Hax is thinking, maybe make this push over to the A site and get a little peeky, but with Blur up close, could prevent the rotations over the B. They might not have a play here, so we'll see how it pans out. Hax, Jez in a 2v3, Blur, Austin, Washi. Washi only 1 kill on board. Blur has yet to get on board, so I was talking about their fragging abilities earlier, and especially on a map like this, I was expecting them to have pop-off games, but I guess it's still early, right?
Yeah, definitely still early. We could absolutely see either one of these teams swing things in their favor in a convincing way, and lately, it has been a back-and-forth game. I mean, that first game, my goodness, if any of you just showed up, go back and rewatch the first game here of the night. It was the hardpoint on standoff. you will not be disappointed. But here we are heading into round 4. It is going to be Seminole with the 2-1 lead. Hax does have the bomb, and Jez, Nutty Snipes comes through, picks Washi off, and I gotta say, that's probably one of the best picks you could have got early on, and my goodness, Vay following it up with Jingo. I obviously believe in the rest of Status Quo to clutch it up, but I gotta say, Washi and Jingo, some of the more consistent members of this lineup.
You're absolutely right. And Jetty could have dropped 2 to Slothy, 5-1 scenario. Make that a 5-0 now as Slothy picks up the last one. Bomb was just planted too, so regardless of that frag coming through or not, would have definitely been a matter of time before Austin was found out. Now we're going to see last time that Seminole will have the bomb in hand. They're going to be switching sides after this. They have a 3-1 advantage.
Bomb acquired.
The search is starting to get a little out of hand. If you're Status Quo, you need to dig down deep and find around here because you go into this defensive side. Oh, Blur. Digging down deep, and Hax takes him out. Big picks, massive. No Hax, no party here. Vay going to be under construction here. He's going to be pushed by multiples, and Jeddick going to get the credit for the kill. Rabalo, on the other hand, is going to pick up a frag for himself, and Jeddick going to be forced to reload and push back. Jez going to be taking some shots. Everything is all happening too fast here for Seminole to handle, but I say that Jingo going to make things interesting as well as Blurs. They find 2 more, and now it's a 1v4. This is what I was talking about. You needed a round to go into this defensive side with a little bit, a narrow matchup, but got to close it out here. So bombs down, and I do believe Status Quo realized that, so they're not going to push up. I saw Blur wanted to make the push up towards that P2 area, but was a little more disciplined. Maybe that was Jingo. That was Jingo. All right, so 3v1 now, only a matter of time before Slothy has to make a move. He does, and Washi's there to pick him up. Well-collected play here from Status Quo. We're going to be flipping sides now. Still down by 1, but a doable search or destroy for either team. We're going to see the strats come through for Status Quo here early as the side has flipped.
Yeah, Washi having one of the slower starts that we've seen out of him in Search and Destroy, and, sometimes that's just the case. I guess this is also just kind of one of those maps where snipers can be really, really hit or miss. You either get that opening pick or you're looking for an MX-9 on the ground, right? So definitely a lot of opportunity yet for this to go either way. Right now, Blur top fragging for the side of Status Quo, 4 and 3. And as we look at the opposition, we've got Vague and Slothy slaying out right now. 7 for Vague, 6 for Slothy as well. The rest of the team is sitting down at 2, but got to think that's definitely because Slothy and Vague have just sucked up most of the kills at this point. We're only 5 rounds in, but we are in the second half, and it's now going to be the offense for Status Quo. You can see they're starting to organize together. They got information right. Now they're pushing left together as a team. 1-for-1 trade might be enough to get them a bomb plant, force the enemy to play against time. But Vague going to spot the rotation happening, going to get the call out to his team, and you can see a couple are starting to make that rotation over as they're not seeing anybody at A at this point.
Vague.
Ooh, Washi.
Vague retreats back. I don't know how he managed to get away from that 1v1 encounter, but now Asta with bomb in hand is going to get dropped. Vague gets the advantage while he clears the top side of this staircase. Now he's going to have some action from Washi, who doesn't miss. Shorty in hand. Rabalo going to return the frag. Oh, Washi, if he had just waited just a little bit of time. Jez not going to wait. Does find the corner and gets one. It's going to be a 1v2 Rabalo and Slothy. Jingo, only 4 seconds on the clock, going to force his hand, and that is going to be it. Slothy picks up the kill. Rabalo with the team shots. 4-2 now, as a well-composed play from each side. As a matter of fact, I don't know if the B-side push was there, but in a situation like that, Vague was able to get the important information for the team to rotate over, and it just happened to pan out better for Seminole. So 4-2 lead for Seminole as they are looking to stay alive here in the winner's bracket. Could very well do it here in the next 2 rounds, but we'll have to wait and see.
Very, very aggressive push from Hax is going to find 2. Oh my goodness. Did you see that rotation from Hacks?
No, as soon as I caught it, bro, he had just picked up the 3rd kill, and I felt like I was slacking there.
Oh my goodness. The absolute balls on this man. Why was he in the spawn 3 seconds into the game? Just came right behind status quo and was all up in their business picking up 3 kills. I don't even know how he got there that fast.
Ridiculous timing for him. Blur now going to be in a 1v3 scenario. He's got the bomb in hand, which is the only thing he's got going for him right now, because if he peeks out either of these windows, he's got multiple Seminole players to deal with. Casualties of the affair of Hacks obviously picked up 3 before it went down. Vague picked up 1, and the trades were just too OP for Seminole. Rivaldo going to get some shots in. Does not miss, and now we're going to be on match point. Seminole looking to extend this to a game 3. This is going to be their round to win here. 5-2. This is what I'm going to be honest with you. Based off that hard point, you know, granted, status quo take it. They got outplayed. They got outplayed in the KD department too. I mean, this is a game that you allowed your opponent to kind of run all over you, but you were still able to pick up the slack and make it interesting. You even pick a dub up here. It's not going to pan out on a search or destroy, especially like on a map like this. You mentioned it's hit or miss, right? Blur and Washi can only do so much. You get a hit marker, these guys are going to be halfway across the map. You're not going to be able to get team shots on them. Now we're going to see a potential match point again. Not very much traction up. Washi going to be taking some shots. 3 players on the A side, not clear. Hack's actually going to make it clear that there is a lot of heat here. But we're still going to see the push come through. Asta finds one. Washi's going to be dropped. Team shots on Jingo. Jetta going to be able to find one, but he is way too outnumbered there. Seminole extend the series to a game 3. Regardless of who wins it, we'll still see both teams still play, as it's a double elimination bracket. Winner will move on to play NYSL Mayhem. Loser will be moving on to play Lux. So, GG's. We'll see game 3 Hackney Yard. That's toxic.
Yeah, definitely a not super fun 3-map lineup we had for you guys. The standoff, fantastic. The takeoff, the Hackney Yard, yeah, I would have taken Summit over either of those. But definitely a great game. A big comeback for the side of Seminole. Hacks just... Dude ate his Wheaties doesn't even begin to touch the bravery and the play that he made, and comes through the 3-for-1 trade. That was pretty mind-blowing.
I mean, in reality, that's all that Seminole's been doing this entire series. They've been, you know, to the point quicker. They've been reacting quicker. They let a hard point slide out of their hands. Can't blame them for that, but status quo now have to step their game up. If you're wanting to stay in this winner's bracket, you're going to have to do it on a lopsided map on Hackney Yard. Again, this map is, we'll just say it's unique because it's basically like a more condensed version of Crash. In my opinion, one side has an easier advantage to the actual B flag site. You're going to have to win your gunfights, and that's what it's going to boil down to be honest with you. You can't win those early gunfights. You're going to take a massive L.
Yeah, you definitely can't afford to sleep on either one of these opponents, and it's definitely possible either team could come through with the victory. I feel like Seminole have A-side start?
Could be right.
I'm trying to remember. I know one of the maps is weird and red teams is A-side, and I'm trying to remember if it's this one or not.
Those wondering about the matchups tonight, what we're going to start doing here is we're going to be, this game obviously is going to be the one that we're playing out to the finish, and then I think we'll host the NYSL Mayhem and the winner of this series, and then we'll do 2 more series, if I'm not mistaken, which should be the bottom half of the bracket of the loser side, and then also the bottom half of the matchup number 9, which is the winner of the bottom half of the bracket versus the loser of the next series. So we'll keep you updated as we go. As soon as I get info, I'll let you know. But all the games won't be played tonight. We'll be up till like 4 o'clock in the morning if we did that. I'm just saying. I'm not.
Yeah,
I'm
instead
not.
we're
I'm not
gonna
gonna be
be
up
up
at
until-
forecasting.
Instead, we're gonna be up until 2 twice. No, I'm just kidding.
I did say that. Those were the words I did say.
Yeah, just waiting on a couple players to get ready up, guys. We'll get you tossed into the lobby as soon as we can. This is definitely an exciting one that we've been looking forward to. And I can't think of a better way to start today off than with a Game 3 between Status Quo and Seminole. I do think whoever spawns A side probably got a pretty big disadvantage ahead of them, but either one of these teams is capable of getting the flip and pulling together an upset win one way or another.
Absolutely. I think the blue side of the map, or the blue side, will have C to begin with, if I'm not mistaken. So they'll have the advantage in the second half. But again, depending on what strats Simon will do off the bat, I don't know, man. This map is so wonky. It's really hard to even like put yourself in a position to predict who's gonna win, because ultimately it's gonna be boiling down to who wins those gunfights early on. If you're on the bad sides, obviously you're gonna have to try and keep your opponent off of B for the longest. Just stall. You don't even need to necessarily cap it. If you cap it, that's great, but it's not really going to impact. Because honestly, they're going to be right there to get it, get it back. But I'm done babbling. These guys are ready for status quo. The guys over at Seminole are just about
never
there.
ready.
Never ready. No, I'm trying to be trying to be as cordial as possible.
That's Seminole. They wouldn't be cordial to you. I'd be cordial to them.
You're so right.
I'm just kidding.
No, you're so right, bro. Facts. And Verdict takes another L on stream.
Yeah, won't be the first one today, right?
Yeah, it won't be the last one probably either. If I'm being fair, I've took so many L's in the Trovo showdown. Ridiculous.
Well,
yeah.
You've also won a few of them, so I mean,
I've won 3 out of 4 of my Trovo showdown appearances.
Dude, 75% win rate, pretty solid.
There you go.
Yeah.
Won 1 on Noah's team, won 1 on Bobby's team. I was actually on Bobby's team the first time he ever won the event. And then this time with Hitman around. First time was a fluke, though. I'll go ahead and say it. I haven't played for like 4 months prior to that. And I was so dog. I mean, I'm still dog, but I was a little bit better, a little bit more of a contributor. All right. We're going to go ahead and spam that start button. Everyone's had ample time to change whatever they needed to change. Going to get geared up for game number 3. Status quo wins the hard point. Seminole, as you can just see, or if you've just now joined us, they won the hard point, or the search and destroy. We're all tied up. This is going to be the deciding factor. Loser has no fear. They'll be moving on to face Lux in the bottom portion of the losers bracket. But, for game's sake, they obviously want to take this dub and move on to face Mayhem in the winner side. So, double elimination style bracket. I love it. I'm enjoying the fact that we are introducing this as not necessarily a regular routine, but as sort of a makeup for missing that Sunday showdown a few weeks back when the 100K Battle Royale event was out. So, okay, Slothy's the last one ready. Go ahead and spam that start button some more, man. I'm ready to get back in the action. There we go. Domination Hack DR Game 3, a disgusting map. We're going to see how brutal it'll be to one team. Winner moves on to face Mayhem after this.
I sent you a little special something for your loser celebration. You'll have to
Oh, dude, I love that speech he gave.
Oh, you've seen it? Okay.
Oh, dude, I felt that with 100% of my being, bro.
Yeah, me too. But we're in the action for Status Quo and Seminole. We're here on Hackney Yard of all maps for Domination. And as I mentioned, it is going to be the A-side start for the side of Seminoles, so we should expect them to have a slight advantage in the first half, and that going into the second half, that advantage is much, much bigger for the side of Status Quo. You have that opportunity where you have that better positioning and better spawns for the B site, as well as you're not locked in to that 75-point cap that the first half gives you. So they have a big opportunity where even if they go down a little bit, they can make a ginormous comeback. And you can actually see a couple members of Status Quo trying to rotate around and pick those spawns up, but Slothy pushes on back, goes ahead and picks one up, gets into a great position and absolutely beams Washi there for 3 on the board for him, and absolutely uncontested at B, absolutely uncontested at the home flag. Seminole looking hot right now.
Yeah, this is, I'm going to be honest with you, this is what I expected. Based off what I've seen from Status Quo tonight, you're not going to win in a first half situation right here. As a matter of fact, you might be in danger moving into a second half situation. Granted, you have the opportunity to take the advantage on the good side of the sponge. You're literally, it's not even looking like you're put up a decent fight here in the first half. If you could have stalled your opponent just a few more moments on that B cap, it would have been a little less devastation for you. But I mean, Seminole coming in hot early, it's expected. They were on a burner on the hard point. They continued that same burner in the search and destroy. A little bit of pressure relieved off this Status Quo team now, as we do see a little bit of map control coming in their favor, but it could possibly be short-lived as I see multiple players out of point. Oh my god, Jingo, how did you manage to stay alive? 3 Seminole players are going to be able to clear them off, but Seminole actually not being able to cap this B site might be a little bit of hope here for this Status Quo team, who have found a little bit of life here in the first half. They able to get the B cap off, push off the sweaty Seminole roster, and they can keep the same energy in the second half. I might think that we could see this comeback come through.
Yeah, definitely starting to look for it. Blur up top. Has him. Oh my good, another big play coming through. Picks one up and then finds the double with the grab vortex. Unfortunately, nobody in position to capitalize on it. The other members of his team were starting to push on over, looking for those A-side spawns. So unfortunately, what was looking like a good play at first might have actually been a little bit of a waste of an operator for Blur, but does look like the team was able to make it around. Might get that A flip, but I mean, homies, we're a little late in the map for the A flip. Probably should have put a little bit more of that focus around B at that point, but it is not.
Teams that I can never discount regardless of what the score is. They were down like 100 points on the hard point going into a P3 transition, or P4 transition, and sure enough, they find a way to win, and that's what they're doing best. We're to see C not get capped by Seminole early on. We saw this same approach from Tribe last night, and it panned out. Will it pan out for them? They're here? No, they are actually going to opt for the C push. They understand that the cushion is not big enough to be comfortable in. They need to get this C cap in. Not enough, I wouldn't say faith or confidence. I would just say not enough spawn penetration. You don't have anybody there to spy on that A site. It definitely clears the A site push out of your head. So A and B still in favor of the guys over at Status Quo, and they are off to a decent start here. Seminole get a few trays that come their way. Jez is the last one on point. He's got a trophy down, but Jingo is, oh my god, obliterated. SKS, gun of choice for Jez. Got a Predator, finds another. Is able to extend his life, and now we're going to see the pressure here for, oh my god, Jez just absolutely beaming with this SKS right now.
It absolutely is, and right now, about a 5 in between these two teams, and and actually really well placed cluster strike from Jez. They're going to pick one up in Blur, as well as that's going to deny a rotation coming out of Status Quo there. Washi going to get taken down. Slothy playing that office building on right side. Might even be looking to make a rotation over towards their spawns once again, so that's something they do have to be wary about as well. Now pushing up to B. This is Slothy's opportunity to go in for that push, and you can see he's going for it. Rotates in through behind, finds one, finds two, finds three. That's going to be an immediate B retake coming through from the side of Seminole.
Yep, Seminole do a good job of regaining their steps there on that B site, and all they need to do is go tit for tat here in this second half. They don't need to necessarily hold it for the entire time. They build up a little bit of a lead, and it's still there. B going to be pushed up by 3. Status Quo looking to get back in it. Blur does have the Gravity Vortex, which we've seen has been just absolutely OP for him. But with the Sentry Gun up top, it's going to be a troublesome push towards the B site. Goliath comes through for Jez. He has popped off of that SKS and earned him a decent Goliath usage here. This could secure the bag here. We're not quite in triple cap territory, but it's not. We're knocking on the door. So Status Quo need to get some push towards this B site, but with the way that Seminole are holding him, I don't believe they're going to be able to do it. Slothy going to be found there. Washi finds his 17th. Washi going to be traded instantly. We are now officially in triple cap territory, and this might not be happening. I think we are going to see Status Quo moving on to the losers bracket.
Yep, seems to be the case, and someone's got to win, someone's got to lose, and today, Seminole were the better team, and they're going to move on in that winner's bracket, as you mentioned. Blur giving a little bit of a teabag to his opponent there, but oh, Jingo leaving early, Asta leaving early. Rough, man. You hate to see it.
Not over yet. Ready up.
Hate to see it, but it's fact of the matter. Fact of the matter is Seminole came to play. They didn't hold anything back. The Goliath was the deal sealer right there for them. They take it 150 to 118. A bit of a struggle of power there in the beginning of that second half, but when you're able to win your gunfights consistently, when you're able to set up map control and dominate your opponents out of even the good side of the spawns, it's never a good sign. So Status Quo are going to have to regain a little bit of confidence moving on. They're going to be facing Lux in the bottom portion of the losers bracket, and then the guys over at Seminole are going to be able to face Mayhem here shortly. So we're going to get them in the lobby here momentarily, start this puppy off because it's already getting late. It's already 10 p.m. Eastern time. Vague top frags, 26 and 16. Jez, 22 and 9. He was probably the most crucial portion to the Seminole roster this game. One, because he was able to man that B site by himself. Didn't even need much help there. SKS was on point, got 5 caps. Clearly wanted to win. They came in, they had a game plan, and it panned out. The A flip didn't come through. They didn't panic. They regained their confidence. They pushed towards that B site. And then they suppressed their opponents to a mediocre second half performance. So was looking forward to seeing how Status Quo played, and I was kind of upset. But nonetheless, they'll be able to, regroup and push on and face off Lux. Maybe that might be a better matchup for them.
They definitely have some really exciting matchups coming up. And, we're not just going to be here tonight, guys. This is going to be, I believe, a 2-night event verdict.
That's right. We're going to be back here live on the channel on Wednesday. So, might have an extended break for Gil. So, Gil's going to be waiting for Game 3. Obviously, he is waiting for their matchups. I'm taking a look at the bracket. Zygnus and Tribe in the second round. Seminole and Mayhem about to pop off here. And on the bottom side, ARP and 11. Jesus, that's a sweaty matchup as well. Status Quo and Lux going to be facing off. We're going to take a short intermission. Get these teams in here. Guys, don't go anywhere. We're going to be right back with some more action. It's going to be Mayhem and Status Quo, or Seminole. Good God. We'll be right back. we are actually going to be moving on to the bottom portion of the losers bracket, which is going to be Status Quo and Lux up next, as we were just talking about. Since Mayhem have another tournament, we're not going to DQ them. Obviously, that wouldn't make any sense. We've been accommodating all night. Just because this was kind of a last-minute ordeal, sending out invitations and everything. There was already established tournaments in the mix. We are trying to accommodate to everybody and make sure that we are as fair and equal as possible. So bear with us as we do get Status Quo back in the lobby, and then also Lux to join up. So don't go anywhere, as we're going to have that action coming through. Should be next 5 minutes tops, guys. So we will be right back. And we are back live. Sorry for the wait, guys. Teams had other tournaments to play in. We were very respectful of that. But nonetheless, we've got more action with you. It's going to be Lux going against Status Quo. We were able to see Status Quo earlier. Looked okay. Could definitely polish up on a few, you know, no, I wouldn't say gunfights, but just ultimately overall a better result. So right now we're going to be seeing the losers bracket. This is for elimination, right? So if Status Quo can pull it off or Lux, they will be moving on to face the winner of the 11D and ARP. Well, actually, it's ARP takes out ARP, or 11D takes out ARP. So they're going to be moving on to face the loser of the Seminole and Mayhem matchup. Obviously, that hasn't played yet, but it should be played after this. That's going to be the next matchup, where the loser of that will move on to face the winner of this one. So, interesting night. It's a double elimination style bracket. We've got 8 teams trying to pack it into 2 days. It's pretty crazy, but luckily we got Gil on the opposite side of things to cast that side. And Jesus Save's going to make a... how did Jesus Save end up on both the ARP roster and the Lux roster? That's interesting. You know what? I'm not even complaining now. I'm just ready to get the action in. Best of 3 format. Do we have that available?
Let me see here. We should have that. If I can find the right one. That's the announcements channel. Might be. It was, it was a long break. I had to browse if you wanted me to stay awake. Here we go. We've got Status Quo versus Lux in the not winners bracket. Neither one of these teams is losers in my eyes, but our bans are going to be Status Quo with a ban on Standoff, Lux with a ban on Crossfire. Looks like we have a Status Quo ban on the Annihilator, but I don't actually see a filled out.
Oh, I see that now, yeah. Status Quo actually banning the Annihilator, obviously. That's OP, but we'll update you guys as soon as we can. Lux unable to fulfill their first round duties. Mayhem takes the easy win on the backs of a forfeit. Won't be an easy matchup as they will be moving on to face Seminole. As I believe, as I was just taking a look at the brackets, that sounds right. That is right. Just said it. Come on now. Have a little bit of self-confidence, Verdict. What I'm not confident about is what this best of 3 is going to look like. As a matter of fact, we've seen one best of 3 that was kind of, the rotations were kind of terrible. So I hope, you know, we get luck of the draw here on these next 3, as we're going to get ready for it to start momentarily. All the players are in the lobby, as you can see it from left to right. For Lux, Dios, Justin, Jesus, Veteran, and Saint. For the bottom side, Status Quo, Blur, Washi, Jingo, Solo, and Jetic. I gotta say, I'm interested to see Jesus playing on this roster. Obviously, they... Okay, 1 second roster problem. Great! Thank you, Echo, for updating me 100% on that one. That's never a good sign, right?
What was that now?
The roster... There's this roster issue. I'm not 100% what it is, but... as soon as we find out and can respond accordingly, we'll let you know. Oh, boy. It's been a long day. Long night now. 9:22 my time. We've been rocking this since about 1 Central, 2 Eastern. And...
8 o'clock last night.
Yeah. I mean, hell, we've been going all weekend too, bro. Don't stop there. We can go all the way back to Friday.
Thursday at that point.
Oh shit, that's right. Thursday.
Thursday in the McDonald's parking lot, homie.
Oh my god, bro, that was a week ago almost. Good god.
That was an interesting day for sure.
That was. Next time we are gonna get Day to be able to cast Mobile Mayhem, and McDonald's, he's gonna have a face cam and is gonna be going live from the ball pit. So
they don't have a ball pit.
What kind of McDonald's doesn't have a ball pit, bro?
Yo, McDonald's hardly has play structures anymore. What are you talking about?
You're right. That'll tell you how long it's been since I've been to an actual McDonald's.
Yeah. too many lawsuits.
Gotcha. Well,
Yeah.
Verdict is taking all kind of L's tonight, bro. Jesus Christ. All right. We are getting the roster situation taken care of. That is quite all right. We'll bear with it and hope for the best. Everyone's ready to go. We don't have a map selection still, but if we were to play it out now, it's random.
It definitely would be weird for two ARP members to also be on the Lux roster for sure.
Well, I think that's where the roster issue comes into play.
I assume so, but
One of the reasons why Lux wasn't able to play earlier was because they had a few players with internet situations. So, is that a factor? I don't know. 1 minute ETA, okay. Earlier, I don't know if I can trust Echo here because he said 7 minutes earlier and it ended up being almost 20 minutes
half
now.
hour?
So, yeah, exactly.
it happens. It happens. Ain't no big deal.
No big
We
deal.
more than anything appreciate all of you guys that have hung out and waited with us, even though it has been a longer than usual wait. We'll get you guys to the action as soon as we can. We're just obviously trying to make sure everything roster-wise is kosher here.
Check it out, chat. Vacuum goes, if Lux lets me, I'm about to carry with a sniper. Okay, Vacuum. That's a bold statement. I like the confidence. Love the confidence. Are you going to do it on respawns too? Because that'd be very interesting to see. I haven't seen a lot of respawn sniping recently. Well, not a lot in it work out. Washi was maybe an exception. And who else? We saw some respawn sniping from Status Quo a few nights ago, didn't we? Possibly.
Yeah, we did on Crossfire. We saw Washi respawn snipe a little bit.
Yeah, he went like 20-4 or something like that early, but that was against Seminole too, wasn't it?
Sounds probably about right.
That was in Mobile Mayhem too. Starting to come back to me. Hey, stream can hear you. Do you want me to mute stream real quick? All right, stream is muted. Yo, Physic, what are you talking about? Why did they have a clear background? I am also confusion. All right, so just to kind of give you guys a heads up, we might not actually see this matchup. We might have a DQ on our hands. Pending roster availability for Lux. So, I did have Echo come in. We did mute stream for a bit, and he did brief me on the situation. So we might be at another 20-minute struggle to get a matchup. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna send it to a quick intermission. Well, a quick intermission, a 20-minute intermission possibly. Collect ourselves, and we shall be right back. So if we get any word in between now and then, we will obviously update you guys accordingly. But as of right now, we are still waiting for the results. So guys, don't go anywhere. We're going to be pinning that information. Be right back, hopefully. All right, guys. Great news. We are going to go ahead and have that matchup ready to go. So we are going to be on board with Status Quo and Lux. And Echo, what was that, bro? I'm not calling Blur that. What did he want us to call him? I'm not even going to mention it.
Echo came in the voice chat, people, and called Blur Daddy and said that we should refer to him that way.
Nah, definitely not.
And,
I don't. Yeah.
We're not about that life, but we're totally about throwing Echo under the bus. So.
Absolutely. I don't even call my own pops daddy. That's just shows. I don't know. It seems weird, but then again, I am a boomer. You guys call people daddy often, so Echo, you're a terrible person for that. But at any rate, we are going to go ahead and play it out. It's going to be a hard point. Search, Destroy, Domination. Still have yet to get the maps. Waiting for those to come through, so we're going to have this one play out. And yes, Physics, you are absolutely right. His mic is so clear. Just absolutely. I don't know if it's actually like the clearest I've ever heard, Dave, but it is some of the best quality that I've heard to date. So I'm looking forward to seeing how that sound guy pans out.
Look, here's the thing. My Razer headset did me good for several years. Loved that headset. It was definitely on the sketchier side of things towards the end. But the homies here at Meseeks and HyperX hooked me up with a nice little cloud mix headset. Super comfy. As you guys can tell, it's much clearer than the mic I had before. They also hooked me up with a quadcast that we're working on getting set up. So huge shout out to Meseeks. Awesome group of people.
Absolutely.
And
right,
of course, huge shout out to HyperX as well.
Oh, dude, HyperX OP, bro. Always coming through in the clutch. As a matter of fact, ever since this partnership has came through, have had nothing but great things to say about HyperX. Even beforehand, I had purchased a HyperX prior to the partnership to come through. So, big fan of their products. They make very, very great quality headsets, mics at a very Great, reasonable price. Probably one of the best you can get in the game for the amount of money that you spend. And the fact we were able to partner with them was just absolutely OP. Still waiting for those. Oh, wow. Okay, so we're just going to jump right in. Don't have the best of 3 up. Yo, I just got that new mic in today, and I haven't had a chance to put it up. Obviously, I've been stacked to the brim for the past 8 hours. 8.5 hours.
Yeah, it's hey, Grim. It's been a busy day. Had a late night last night with some awesome Meseeks action. Woke up, did some Trovo showdown action. Well, I actually did some other things first, but it's been a long day already. We've been going since like 1:30, so
The grind is real, bro. The grind is real.
yo, right, Cato? Yo, for real.
All right, you guys want it off? Okay, got you. Sold. All right, we're gonna back out and try this thing again. Take off hardpoint, no ping, no party. I'm just kidding. That's already been used tonight, but I still feel like that's a phrase that you know, never gets old in this scene. So we'll continue to wear it out until somebody corrects us. There we go. Second time's a charm, maybe. Solo's got a pretty sweet skin on that I want to take a look at. I wish I could get a third perspective from it without my game crashing. It looks like a Hannibal Lecter skin.
Well, we are getting into the action here. Lux. With a obviously pretty interesting roster. I mean, we can't really avoid the elephant in the room, right? We've got Jesus Saves and Veteran from ARP playing for Lux right now. I'm not sure what the details on the background is, but I think the biggest thing was to get you guys a game to watch, and this is definitely going to make it a pretty good one. Lux coming through with a couple of big kills there. Solo with a couple refrags, and is largely going to be a Lux P1 control. Genix sliding on in, but does lose the gunfight to Dios there. And if you look at the positioning, I mean, look at the high ground that Saint has. Look at the angles that Justin is playing to watch Dios's back. They're just playing this P1 so incredible right now.
As a matter of fact, it's some would say perfect, flawless almost, as they haven't allowed their opponents status quo to get on point. We are going to see them taken down, but P1 coming down to a few more seconds, and they are actually able to get the remainder of that time. 39-0. Status quo going to have to regroup and regain a little bit of ground here on P2 staircase, opening up for business, and it's already a bit of contesting coming through. Saint going to push up. Saint going to win the gunfight against Blur, and now we're going to see the push come in from both angles, both sides covered. Lux doing a pretty decent job here in game number 1. Massive presence in the hard point. They're going to be able to continue that pressure. Solo going to push around for the full-on flank. Washi going to pick up the kill. That is going to be Lux yet again on point. Top staircase, just absolutely dominating so far.
Yeah, Lux coming through with a big, almost 60-point lead at this point. We do have Ingenic pushing top and walks right into Justin Shorty, and this is like almost hard to witness.
Yeah, it is a little bit hard to witness. As a matter of fact, this is not the same status quo team that we're used to seeing. As a matter of fact, I was looking at, you know, status quo to take an easy 2-0, but Lux coming in really, really hot here in P1 and 2. Rack up a 70 or 83-point lead and looking pretty decent on the transition here. As a matter of fact, they only got Dingenic to deal with. They've got Jingo coming through in the point. A well-placed nade is going to help out hold this P3, but the break is just absolutely too OP. I was concerned with status quo for the Seminole matchup. One, because, you know, Seminole's a tough opponent. They got outslayed in the hardpoint and domination as well. The Search and Destroy was a pretty big one for Seminole as well, but I am now a little bit more concerned than I was already after seeing what I'm seeing right now. And I'm not sure what the case is. Maybe they're Not 100% in it. This is a map that not a lot of people like. We saw the Search Destroy 6-2. It was a blowout for Seminole's favor, but this shouldn't be as lopsided of a game as it... Even if they were getting beaten, it shouldn't be by more than a 90-point deficit that they're having to overcome now, and this is a little ridiculous. I'm going to have to give it to the guys over at Lux. They came through and just absolutely slaying out. Dios 11-7, Justin 15-9. As a matter of fact, everyone on the side of Lux is positive, and the only person even close to, well, Solo's positive, but, I mean, no one played objective here. You know, finally get this break on P4, just... I'm at a loss for words.
Yeah, I mean, this is one of the most dominant games I've seen in a long time, and this is not the matchup I expected it to be in. Fortunately for Status Quo, they do actually come through with a pretty sizable break here. Might be able to cushion this gap a little bit, but as I say it, oh my goodness. The feed is largely just chilling with Lux right now. Solo and Jingo do answer with a couple of frags, but I just don't know how much it's going to be worth on the point right now. Almost got to be getting the cycle on over towards next. And again, Lux had a great P1 rotation last time around. Definitely a big opportunity for them now with some operators where they could be able to advance that once again. Doesn't appear they have any score streaks other than Justin's Goliath. We, Verdict, have obviously seen a couple Goliaths get wasted on this P1 over the past couple days, and I think with the lead you have right now, don't touch this Goliath. Get it in for P2 if you have to, but there's zero opportunity for Status Quo to win here. Don't waste your Goliath's life on this P1, and you can lock on a P2 pretty easily.
If it even goes that distance. As a matter of fact, I'm looking at 25 seconds left. The Goliath does come through. We are going to see Justin get into it. Probably going to be a few wasted seconds as he dropped it a little outside of, you know, play. As a matter of fact, it's kind of in the spawn side. Solo going to come through and just absolutely destroy it. Talking about wrecking somebody's fun, that was just an absolute destruction for Solo as he picks up his 21st. And now we're going to see P2 opening up. We weren't expecting it to come through, and surely enough, Status Quo are going to be able to extend it. They got to have their work cut out for them. It's 13 seconds that Lux need here in P2 to close things out, and Justin going to do everything he can to make sure we don't see that. Finds 2, and going to secure this top staircase, and he's going to have a plethora of Status Quo players to deal with up top. They do win that gunfight. Jesus actually comes through on the refrags, and my God, Status Quo taking a fat L here in game number 1, 150-63. Wow.
That is not how I expected that match to go.
Well, you know, regardless, it's the reality of the situation, so...
Yeah.
It's a draw.
Okay, now, we got to talk about the elephant in the room. So, obviously, the roster change wasn't permitted. So, you know, regardless of this series outcome, I'm sorry, I got to say it because I've got to make this next point. Regardless of this outcome, Lux is not going to be able to move on. As a matter of fact, it's just not happening. But they did want to play the series out, so we let them do it for entertainment purposes. However, I still, regardless of how you get there, I still felt like Status Quo should have put up a little bit of a better matchup. God, you know, that if you're going to play it out to 100% full. Man, kind of maybe wanted to see a 20-minute intermission where we didn't have a matchup after seeing that game.
Oh my God.
If I'm just being honest, I'm not trying to be disrespectful or anything, but I don't know.
Well, hopefully coming into the Search and Destroy, they played a little bit more to the best of their ability. Not saying that they didn't. Lux is a team that has a lot of talent, and then you throw a player like Jesus Saves and Veteran in the lineup, and that can definitely change the mixture, especially since we obviously saw during their loss earlier couple players from Status Quo did bounce out of the lobby early, so might be a little bit of tension over there. Not sure what's going on, but there could be other factors as well. So we'll just have to keep an eye out for this search and destroy. Hopefully, since we're waiting on other matches anyway, we can get a good series yet out of these two teams. And yeah, I mean, that's about all I have left to say about that.
All right, how long will vet? Oh no, Solo, you son of a gun! No! They boxed me in, bro. Yes! They get baited. Oh, they're doing a better job of oh, this is awkward. Well,
Really awkward.
I guess Solo's there we go. Solo will get a hit with a fresh invite, and Blur's going to continue the action. I guess we're just going to continue trolling. I'm hoping they were trolling that game. I'm going to be honest with you. I hope they didn't put 100% in, because right now I feel like a JA if they did. I just feel bad for Status Quo. Obviously, I don't think they did, but come on, man. Got to keep it entertaining. I guess I'm playing, Vacuum says. I guess you are, bro. I guess I'll have to spectate you. Well, I mean, you can always come down, and then they can go down, and you can come up. You can always come cast with me.
Yeah, hang on just a second. I'll be right back.
All right, Dave's going to be right back. Solo, yet to get that fresh invite. There we go. Got it back in. I think I had more fun going back and forth playing musical chairs in the lobby than that last game. That last game was not fun. Yo, someone from Status Quo, come in chat and tell me that they were not playing 100%, please. T-Bag, I know you weren't playing there, so I know you probably don't know what's going on, but... Yo, you put a hell of a game last night. I'm going to be honest with you, T-Bag. You played that 1v2 against Tribe, just absolutely OP. I think I got that clipped and ready to post as well, so if I do, I'll make sure I tag you in it. Cyber Clout, Alien, Ashy, Tanzium, welcome in, Smoking, Dompy, Tubaru. All right, yeah. Summit, Search and Destroy. This is a gross rotation. I don't think I have the full set, but I think they're just throwing games up there for us to see now, because this is not what I asked for. I'm going to be honest with you. It's not what I signed up for, but nonetheless, that is what we're going to see.
I think we're going to see a little bit better of a match here.
Destroy the objective.
Okay.
We got the bomb.
And you're putting that on what?
I believe.
Okay. You know what? I got to start listening to Dave more often. He do be spitting facts, and I just don't be paying attention most of the time.
Except when it comes to the Trovo Showdown, because I think I have like a 100% loss ratio on calling the matches. So here maybe a little bit more, but there, no, definitely not.
You just didn't. You couldn't factor in how OP Verdict's presence was on a, being carried by multiple pro players, and
on paper, Bobby's team was
stacked to the brim.
Stacked.
Easy.
Like, Washi coming through with an early plant, or was going to. Pops up, picks up the kill on Veteran. It's going to be the 3-for-1 trade. Washi getting the bomb plant down. You can see Jingo has his back coming through the gondola there. Jesus Saves going to pick up one, but Angenic there for the refrag picks up Dios, and now Jesus Saves left in a 1 versus 3. The bomb is planted. He's fighting against the clock and against his opponents, and just don't think there's going to be enough time on the board for him to realistically... Yep, not with Washi.
No, not at all.
Cracked AF.
Ready up.
All right, so
Enemy has dropped the
you were
bomb.
right already.
Bomb
A much better performance so far for Status Quo, even getting that one round, secured the bag. That'll tell you how bad the first game was. So, Washi picking up 2 big ones and a bomb plant to go along with it. Oh my god. I thought he just hit his shot. It was Jesus Saves actually does pick up a kill though. So I thought he peeked that staircase and found one. Wasn't actually his kill. So saw the 100, you know, points for a kill, but it didn't go in favor of him. So I'm just as confused as you are. Washi and Engetic now in a 2v5, and this is basically what we saw the entire... Oh my god, Vacuum, you dirty dog. I guess you are playing this game.
Next round.
Should have been spectating you from the rip there.
Yeah, Washi playing pretty good in that first round, but couldn't really find the success here in round number 2. Obviously, it started with a great opening snipe coming from Jesus Saves. You pick it off Jingo, where I think a lot of heads were a little bit stumped from there, because I'm pretty sure I got the same spectator bug as you did.
Yeah.
Because Washi certainly didn't get a kill there, but it said he did.
It did. It even popped up to 100 points for getting the kill, but
Yep, me too. Me too.
nonetheless, we were bamboozled. I've never been, you know, more deceived before in my life, so...
When I looked at the feed, I literally almost said Washi picks up a kill on Jingo, and that just
that
would
isn't...
not have
that,
math.
yeah, that doesn't coincide with what we have in the lobby.
Whoa, Jesus Saves comes through with a big snipe on Washi. Veteran finds Solo as well. What was a 5 versus 3 is quickly turning. It's now a 2 versus 2. Vacuum getting dumpstered on by Ingenic, but Jesus Saves comes through with a 3-piece. It's now a 1 versus 1. About 12 seconds on the clock, and Blur gonna come through, roasting his opponents. Picks up the second round for the side of Status Quo.
I gotta say, dude, your mic is so clear. I'm sitting back and I'm listening to you cast, and it literally feels like I'm in the same room with you. So I'm loving the upgrade. I can't wait to see what the sound guy does with the Quadcast, because the Quadcast is such a great, unique piece to add to a you know, a setup. I'm glad you were able to get those and enjoying them those. Looking forward to seeing how it pans out, because right now I'm digging the energy. The vibes are there. However, Dio's actually going to be taken out early, so his vibes are gone. Jingo also dropped, as we do see Jesus Saves picks up another. He's got 6 on board. 2 kills each round. Peeks up that top staircase of top control and did not like what he's seeing. Absolutely falls back. Blur going to be there on the contest. Is going to be able to peek the corner. Solo is going to be able to stay alive. Washi and Engetic. Washi taking down Vacuum. Washi and Engetic picking up 2 big, much-needed frags here, and it's going to leave Veteran and Jesus in a 2v4 scenario. We saw how the last round went, looking pretty similar to this round, as the guys over Status Quo might be looking to take a 3-1 extension. Very well could do it here in the next 30 seconds.
Yeah, definitely looking like another round coming on over to Status Quo here shortly. And with Ingenic picking up that last kill, it is going to be the 3-1 lead going over to Status Quo. And, you know, we normally refer to this as a pretty defense-heavy map, and right now it's 3 big wins on offense for the side of Status Quo. We have obviously seen some life out of Lux, but definitely not the same matchup we had in that first game. Looking like we might be going to a game 3. Solo going to pick up 1 on to Justin. Jingo finds Dios, and once again, it's Status Quo off to a 2-player advantage. And it does look like the B plant probably coming through here in just a moment.
Yeah, they've cleared off the sites. They've got the bomb in the right position, and Engetic going to go ahead and secure the bag. We're going to see Veteran drop. We're going to see Vacuum drop. And now Jesus left to his on vices. Is going to find 1, make that 2. Solo peaks quarter. That's not the move. Jingo does not miss, and fortunate for him, because Jesus was putting on a bit of a show there for us. Picked up 2 instantly, but Jingo there to spoil the fun. Now we're going to be moving on to a side flip and a 4-1 lead in favor of Status Quo. This is 50 times better than the hard point, I'd say, for them, and a much-needed confidence booster, regardless of you know, the severity of this matchup. Obviously, you know, we've already made the discussion about it's not mattering if Status Quo is going to move on or not. They've already secured their spot. They're just playing this one out for us on stream, and we appreciate it. But I'm enjoying the content as is. Jesus, good God, bro. Does find 1, Justin in the background finds 2 before he's dropped, and Veteran and Jesus are going to have to make a move here. Blur, the last one alive, a 2v1 situation. We've seen a few decent clutches here. Not necessarily tonight, but over the past few days. And I am looking forward to seeing if this 2v1 can happen. Oh my God. Jesus, getting a taste of his own medicine. Blur just did not miss there.
Dude.
Blur, you're a dirty dog, bro.
Over yet. Ready,
What
guys?
a clutch for Blur there. You know, it had me thinking for a second. I really hope one of these days we're in like a really intense 1v2 situation
Defend the
and
objective.
someone like
The enemy has
legit
the bomb.
accidentally walks off the map so that I can jump into chat and be like, oh my god, they clutched it! And then the chat is like thinking I'm spoiling and then they fall off the map.
Yo, that would be such a, like...
That'd be perfect. It'd be
That's such
so
a
perfect.
mind freak, bro. That is terrible. I love the way you think.
Yeah, big kill for Justin there. Gonna get the 1-for-1 refrag coming back. Solo traded out for Vacuum. Looking at the side of status quo. Oh my god, Washi is just cracked, man. Knows the angle he wants to peek, waits, and the second someone crosses that doorway, boom, lights out. Jesus, and Jingo picking up Dios is gonna leave Justin in a 1 versus 4. He does pick up 1. He's gonna pick up 2. Now, things start to look a little bit more doable. He's in a 1 versus 2. He does not have the bomb available, but it doesn't necessarily look like status quo know the bomb is down. But depending on the rotation from Ingenic here, they might know that here in just a second.
You see him pick up that DOQ and was like, no thank you. I'm not having any part of that. Is going to spot Ingenic, and Ingenic going to take some opening shots, and the pinch comes through. Blur. Deagle!
Lost that round, but it's
Coming in handy. They pick up the 6-1 win, and just like that, we're all tied up going to a game 3. Hez just came in chat. What's poppin', homie? Isn't it past your bedtime, dude? It's got to be at least 4 a.m. where you're at. Maybe 3.
Dude, it's past my bedtime. I don't know what you're talking about.
Bro, we were just doing this last night. We rocked on until about midnight almost.
Oh, yeah, and I almost died.
Facts, dude. I've never heard a more accurate statement in my life.
It's a draw.
You know what else
Stand
just
down.
about died? That was no, that is actually Justin dying. That was a 2v1 clutch in favor of the guys over at Status Quo. They handle business just as normally as as we would see them usually do. Obviously, that first game was I'm not gonna say a blowout. It was just a bit of a disgrace. As a matter of fact, that hard point we're just gonna forget about altogether. It's never there, never happened. 1-1 here, going into a game 3 situation. Don't know what we're gonna see here, as they still haven't updated us. Yeah, I guess it's anybody's call. So, Day, we're gonna go ahead and jump into this next matchup or this next game. Hoping for the best. God, I just looked at the map, dude. Don't look at it.
All right, well, I'm being summoned. I'll be right back.
Yeah, go ahead, because Domination Hack the Yard called, and they just wanted to tell you they left a bag of flaming dog turds on your porch. They go get that taken care of. Hack the Yard's next up. God, this is a gross map, dude. Why are we playing this back to back? Sleep schedule is F. Bro, it's 5 a.m. for you? Good God, bro. Heads on that pro player schedule. Y'all don't sleep, dude. Y'all sleep during the day. You're all like vampires. I don't know how y'all do it. Miney's the same way. Balance is the same way, dude. Literally stays up 6, 7 o'clock in the morning playing the game and goes to sleep, wakes up, you know, in the afternoon. I don't know how you guys do it. It's just, it's impossible. Me, I've been on a decent sleep schedule now for the past few weeks, and I'm finally getting into the rotation of going to sleep at like midnight. Bro, let me tell you, I've been waking up so refreshed in the mornings. The wife loves it. I love it. And, you know, if this show doesn't get on the road faster sooner than later, we might see that sleep schedule disrupted. But, you know, it is what it is. Let me play. Hez, I'd love for you to play, bro. But, unfortunately, this is an invitational event. You know, if you had been invited, you would definitely be in here. You already know that. But, yeah. Saint gonna make the sub in. And we've got 5 for each. Saint comes in for Vacuum. Vacuum made his debut. Hit some sweet shots. I didn't get the catch. I'm sorry. You should have stayed watching the stream, my boy. Well, it's on a 1-minute delay. So, I mean, if you're getting information based off of a 1-minute delay, it's not really going to help.
Yeah, definitely looking like we're just waiting on 1 or 2 players to get readied up for this final game going on into the domination. Definitely could go either way. We saw Lux come through pretty dominant in the hard point, but I don't know. I gotta say, the search and destroy there felt even more in control for the side of status quo. So, maybe they were trolling a little bit in the first game, maybe they weren't, but they brought the fire in that second game for sure.
Oh, absolutely. I'm taking a look. I'm gonna send you the room code. Hez, go ahead and join that room code. It's 86753090.
Uh-huh.
You guys
Good
be
luck.
sure that...
Good luck with that one.
Yeah,
Hez.
good luck with that
luck
one.
with
Yeah.
Enemy taking C.
Oh, I'm so old.
Oh, everyone's leaving the lobby, so I guess we're gonna bounce out too.
Guess so.
May the last man standing win. Oh, that's gonna be Jesus. Jesus, always the last man standing.
Get ready for the next round.
Except for that
was,
second game.
That was a little too philosophical for my liking.
Yeah, you like that?
Sort of.
There we go. Can't say I didn't like it. We'll say that.
Yep. Yeah.
All right.
It was just the right amount of cringe.
There we go. Exactly, dude. That's what I was looking for. That perfect balance of,
There you go. There you go.
you know, cringe enough to leave the stream, but just enough cringe to make you ponder on what's really going on here. Verdict with your difficult big words, and then your also difficult smaller words. Love it. All right, we bounce out. When did Pooh get in, bro? I didn't even see Pooh join in.
Didn't even notice it either.
Or did Pooh make the transition for
Vacuum.
Vacuum? There we go. But how did they get in that slot? Vacuum was like on the 4th slot.
Yeah, but they've all been moving around.
There we go.
Gotta remember with Blur, it was like a dance just trying to get in here between Blur and Solo. I had to dip down just to give you your spot.
I know, right? I got it, and sure enough, they got you locked out. That was probably the most fun I've seen all night, though. Hopefully this next game will be. You know, I'm gonna be honest with you. This map alone is probably the least amount of. What's the word I'm looking for? The least amount of just. It stinks. It's terrible. I'll just say that. Nonetheless, it is in the playlist, and 2 times in a row, just too much in my opinion.
Enemy has A.
And the A and C flags come through respectively. Jesus Save is able to find one in Washi. Somehow manages to find a second gunfight with Jinko as well, and then, just apparently can't give him enough credit. Finds 4. Might be looking to find 5. Can't quite get Washi the second time, but Veteran is there for the refrag, and right now, the A side advantage is looking decent for the side of status quo. They do have the A and B, but I'm gonna be honest with you, dude. Lux had B cleared out and then didn't put a single foot on it for so long. Does look like they are going to come through with the cap now if they have an opportunity. Yeah, Washi can't quite win that one. That's going to be a cap look over to Justin, who also picked up the double kill there, and points going to start to swing back towards the favor of Lux.
Yep, Lux did a decent job of that mid control. They managed this B site building, and it's largely to do with Jesus's opening frags and also the ability to refrag in times that are needed. That was Justin, who does. How does he have full streaks already? He's got Dragonfire, Goliath, and a Cluster Strike, and we are literally 2 minutes in the point now. Is going to use it.
He got most of his kills on the B flag, so
Nice.
he got the objective bonus. So
there we go.
With quite a bit there, gets some sight lines for his team, kind of a budget UAV / Hawk X3 combo. Does have the capability of pulling together a kill shot, and look at Lux Justin over here playing a bit sneaky. He's got his Sparrow, he's got his Goliath, and his Cluster Strike, and it sounds like, you know, Washi's coming up. It's a free pick for him as he plays this out, and now jumps on A. I don't think he was ready for Washi to spawn right in front of him. Now he's running on back, and he's doing his job exactly well. He's taking the focus away from B and getting progress on A where he can for the team. Jingo is playing back, and Blur looks like is going to make the rotation as well. They pick it up. Now they can refocus on B and go into the second half with a lead, but again, Lux, kind of a prime position right here. You go into the second half, you're not that far down realistically here, and you're going to have strong side.
Well, yeah, and again, we saw how the guys over at Central performed against Seminole when they had the bad side of the map. They didn't do too bad, so regardless of having the massive lead going into the second half or not, I still felt like maybe the C site might be better for them. Like, the advantage was there. In the second half, they didn't perform well, and that's exactly what we're seeing here early on. So the second half flip may be a better move for the guys over at Status Quo. So we'll see how it pans out, though. I'm looking at the scorecard before this thing wraps up first half. 11-13 for Washi, as he is the top fragger for the guys over at Status Quo, and 16-9 for Dios. Dios mio, these guys came to play and they are slaying out, but even on the bad side of the map, they end up coming up with a 1-point advantage. Again, got to keep in mind, the guys over at Status Quo played much better on the first half, which against Seminole, which was actually on the C side of things, so maybe this is where they thrive at. Maybe they thrive under the pressure of being on this bad side. I don't know. We'll see how it pans out now as Jingo does pull out his operator, as well as Solo, able to capitalize on a few shots, but not able to get a kill. Jingo going to waste his. And Jetic finds 2. The push towards B is going to be successful so far. Jetic not going to get the info of where the guy was in the backside of the spawn. He does push up and is taken down, but Poo iOS up top is going to find 1 and is immediately destroyed. And now we're going to see the pressure on for this B side come through early for Status Quo. This is where they played better, in my opinion, against Seminole. And looking like they might be able to play it better here against Lux.
Definitely a possibility, but one thing we still have to consider is Justin still has this Goliath in his pocket. And not only does he have the Goliath, he has the Sparrow as well. It's an incredible operator, especially in this update. You have some D progress coming through. Justin finding another 2 before getting taken down. It's going to cycle him up to another Dragonfire drone. Now you can see, going to go ahead and call that in. It's going to give his team a little bit of a opportunity to get some vision through the walls. You can see he picks up an assist there onto Jingo, as well as 1 onto Washi. And now just kind of doing some scouting for the team. You do have to keep an eye on the battery, as well as the fact that Dragonfire has 3 shots. Does get at least a light tag on that last shot. And it does reveal the team push that was coming towards the A side flip.
Yeah, but I don't think we give that Dragonfire enough credit. I don't think I see anybody use it up until Regions last year. And it was so clutch for Tribe. As a matter of fact, I think Tectonic was one of the players that I've seen use it the most. Provides a lot of aerial coverage, allows you to spot your enemies, kind of like a micro advanced UAV. Good God. Justin going to be able to take advantage of that drone again, and still has a Goliath in pocket. No fear of using it right now because Status Quo are on the backs of not even being able to get this B site to come through. And now we're going to see the Goliath come into play. Will it be a factor? Solo push it up. Solo might be able to yoink it. He does get 1, but Pooh is going to get the revenge frag, and now we're going to see what looks like Jesus. Nope, that's not Jesus. That is Justin able to scoop it up. Dios actually gets his as well, so they have 2 Goliaths on point. And I'm going to call it here. This is game. This is triple cap territory. Lux are going to be able to take game number 3, 2-1 over the guys over at Status Quo.
Yeah, Definitely looking to be the case right now. And only 8 points to go to secure their win. Again, guys, this is more of a showcase match than anything because Lux could not field a roster. We allowed them to pick up 2 players just to play the series, and they come through with the victory anyway. But it is going to be status quo moving on in the losers bracket.
It is due to the fact of not being able to have a starting 5 to produce. Nobody on their roster able to come through. We did see Jesus and Veteran make the subs in, and we allowed it to go ahead and play. So GG's to Lux with the addition of Jesus and Veteran, but unfortunately not going to be able to continue a pursuit in the losers bracket. They are going to be eliminated regardless of that outcome. So taking a look at this, the stats here, 25 kills for Dios and for Jesus, 25 and 13 for Jesus, who second frags. Justin, 20 and 9. Also 5 caps to go along with it. I know we were talking about those kills that came through in the clutch on point. He was able to get 500 points just off a capture kill, so that's massive, as well as the 500 points for a captured objective. So that definitely kind of opens my eyes to how he got those score streaks so early, but definitely something to consider. So we're going to get geared up for our next matchup. It's going to be, I believe, NYSL Mayhem and Seminole. So while we are getting those guys in the lobby, guys, bear with us as we do see that matchup come through. We're going to take a short intermission and follow it up with some great gameplay from both of those teams. So guys, don't go anywhere. We shall be right back. While we're waiting for everyone to join up in the lobby, I thought it'd be fun to spectate this matchup as Tribe and Cygnus are in a best of 3 on domination right now, firing range, and they have opted to melee only. Good God, bro. I am absolutely loving it.
I don't know, Predator Missile feels like not melee. Yo, how does Tio in melee only have a Goliath?
And it's the first half, dude. It is plenty of time left. As a matter of fact, Tribe are kind of running the tables in the first half. But I think that could soon swap as I do see... Oh, man, we got everybody joining in for Mayhem and Seminole. That's a feel bad moment. Like, I know that I'm looking forward to this matchup, but at the same time, I desperately need to see this Cygnus and Tribe melee it out. Why do I need this in my life so much? Oh, this is the hard point, so this is the best of 3 first game. Okay, I thought it was a dom. It's Mo! What's good? How's it going, bro? Inferno, how are you doing, dude? I haven't seen you in a minute, man. Obviously, I see you all the time for Mayhem, but you don't too often join the streams. Tio boxing the hell out of these guys, bro. Look at this. What a champion. Heavyweight champion of the world right here, bro. Look at the, oh! The 1-2! Oh my god. Is this a serious game? This is a serious game. This is a $500 serious tournament. Goliath is down. Marshy. Oh, Marshy. Oh my god. Marshy can't stand in the ring, bro. Just got absolutely destroyed there. Nobody can fight the champion in his own game. Oh! Parrish comes in with a shovel, just gets absolutely buried. Oh my god. I wish we were casting this right now, dude. I'm sorry.
This is right up there with the 1911 challenge, dude.
Oh, this is
stuff like this.
seeing Tio pop off with the boxing gloves. He literally just knocked out like 12 people in a row. He could possibly get a nuke.
En estos momentos se le complica a Cygnus. No, Paludi. ¿Dónde te sentaste, hijo mío? Lo termina destruyendo Band.
How did they... What am I watching? You know what you're watching, dude. This is everything that we all desire in our heart of hearts. That's a melee-only hardpoint game against 2 of the best teams in NA and Latin America.
The real question is, do we think they melee all of it?
I mean, they've probably gotten to the point where they've played so many best of 3s, they really don't care at this point.
They really just have to make it exciting.
Yeah. This looks like something that I would want to cast. This looks like something I'd want to be a part of.
A ver, vamos a ver qué tal. Ojo el Goliath. Ojo el Goliath. Está dentro del punto, Ojito Goliath por parte de
You know what? Yeti never gave us that 1911 only tournament.
He was a shyster, bro. What is that, man? We haven't gotten that 1911 only tournament. He scammed us.
Definitely a little bit.
In a Latin box off, bro. What the world? Hello? Tio is a freak. What the hell was that? Bolu with a Predator missile? Do you see the Predator missile actually hit the middle of the P1 and just sit there? Oh, this is serious, dude. This is as serious as it gets, bro. Simtic, this is exactly what I want to see. Can we get Mayhem and Seminole in a boxing match? Operators, Bo. I'm assuming the Sparrows came in handy. Did they make Tio put the boxing gloves down?
Dude, I don't know. He's got a karambit out now.
Yeah, he does.
Ojito Band, que tiene manos rápidas, Tiene ya 32 bajas. 33.
Oh, Band.
Y esto va a ser el final de la
God, bro, I wish we were in that.
150.
All right. I hate to be the spoiler or the bearer of bad news, but we've got a bit of a series on our hands here as I'm taking a look at it.
They could play off stream.
Facts, right? Okay, if we don't have anything fun lined up, Bro Verdict, if you host a knife-only tournament, you will be loved. If I get a knife-only tournament going, I would only do it on the basis that Knife's iOS actually gives me permission to do so. I would never host an event like that and not have permission to do so from the man himself. I'm just saying, like, too much respect for the guy. What we are going to have respect for here is this best of 3 as I'm taking a look at it. It is in our hands to share with you guys. For some reason, I hear Spanish caching in the background of your stream. You do, because we were actually spectating Gilmania's page. Best of 3 coming across. Hardpoint raid, search or destroy takeoff, and then we take a bit of a... Oh, no. Hardpoint raid, search or destroy on standoff, then we take a bit of a nosedive into a game 3, which is actually going to be a domination takeoff. This was the beginning of a great best of 3, but took a very wrong turn left, which was a takeoff map if it does go to a game 3. So,
Yo, if anybody in chat wants to convince Mayhem versus Seminole to melee only, y'all go for it.
yeah, if you guys could do, if y'all could do the dirty work, I would not be opposed to that. Right?
I don't want to be the guy that came up with the idea and then one of the team loses and complains.
Yeah, I don't know these.
I don't think they would, but still just.
I'm low key gonna keep Gil's channel up in the background, watching it in the back.
Oh, mine's up. Mine's up.
Yeah.
Muted.
Rip, I can't. If I unmute it, it will be the only thing that chat hears about, and I will probably be casting that event. We're not casting it, but spectating it and speaking on it, and not actually paying attention to the hardpoint raid that we have on hand.
Oh, we have a hardpoint we're doing?
Yeah, we're doing a hardpoint raid, right? I don't even know what is COD mobile rotation start with. I don't even know anymore. All I wanted to be a part of is that boxing match.
Right.
Yeah. Oh man, how is this? How is going on the match? Okay, all right, yeah, it's going. Well, it's about to get going. Bolu, dude, how did you guys convince each other to do the melee only in that first game? Is it just a one game ordeal, or are you guys actually going to play it all out melee only? All right, game number 1. Are we going to see guns or are we going to see melees? I'm going to be honest with you. I don't think these guys got the memo, but if they did, I would be pleased as well.
All right. I guess I'll stop chatting with Gil now. Well,
oh man, it was fun while it lasted.
I see a lot of guns.
I see shorties.
I see a lot of guns. Tech gonna come through, finds 1. Oh my goodness, the snap flick finds 2. Picks him off left and right. Little B comes through with a big 2-piece, and Mayhem out the gate. Looking really solid here in this hardpoint. Typically one of their weaker maps, or rather weaker game modes, I mean. And they're not looking like it right now, dude. Tech is respawn sniping and just bodying kids right now.
Yo, Respawn sniping, serious or not, he is lethal with the draws. Oh my god! Vague, eating 1 bullet too many. Top red not safe with Tectonic DOQ in hand, just absolute legend. Does find another there, and that is going to be Ribaldo trying to get the rotations over. As I'm looking at his point of view into this kitchen site, is going to have Awaken to deal with. But Awaken got to be able to play his life there, but for how much longer he is taken out. So P2 in the books. Oh my god, 57-0? How does that happen? Oh, that's right, Tectonic is respawn sniping.
Yeah, Tectonic respawn sniping, 7 kills on the board, had a Pred missile already, looking for a cluster strike as well. Is going to miss the shot onto Slothy. You can see he's got an MX-9 in the back pocket, definitely a strong weapon. And, oh my god. It's melee only, Search 2.
I'm looking at it. I just saw Tatio pop one right in the face for the final kill. Had the boxing. I think they asked him to put the boxing gloves down.
Yep,
Or maybe he picked him up off the ground.
For Tatio.
Wow. How are you so good, though?
Yo, Tatio's the GOAT, man.
Tatio is a god amongst boys, man. I'm just saying, dude is just freaking cracked at everything he does.
Yeah, we do have a big game going on here, though. This is a 9 or 11-point game between Mayhem and Seminole. The sweat fest coming through. Peck did die. He's on a 0 combo, but he's got his Sparrow here. Picks up one onto Raballo. He's got a Lightning Strike and a Cluster Strike available. Probably planning on saving one of those for a basketball court, or maybe even a
P1,
mid,
yeah.
Yeah.
Or P5, I'm sorry.
We'll have to see, but being able to pop open that device and almost get a mini UAV is a pretty strong trait as well.
You know what? I'm seeing a stout matchup here. As a matter of fact, P1 all in favor of the guys over at NYSL Mayhem. P2 flipped right in favor of Seminole, and now P3 looks like a shutout. The amount of skill that it requires to hold an entire point is just ridiculous, going back and forth on those two in particular. Now the contest comes through. It looks like Vague wants a little bit more action there on that P3 garage side. Solar actually going to give him a little bit more that he can bite off, and Slothy able to pick up that refrag. Now we're going to see P4 courtside open up. Will Tech be able to utilize that? He's got a Lightning Strike and a Cluster, so he's got plenty of opportunity to make a break. He is going to opt for the Cluster Strike initially. Might hold that Lightning Strike off for a little bit longer, but unable to get anybody with the initial placement of it, but it is going to open the floodgates for Mayhem to get the early break. So the Lightning Strike comes through along with it, so pockets are empty here for Tectonic, who has 16 on board here. 30 seconds left on this P4 rotation in a stout back and forth affair, but right now Mayhem look like they have a massive advantage of 60+ points and are going to be on the back burners of the last 20 seconds. Hack's going to be able to push up. He is going to find one, but is going to be only held to perimeter control. So Mayhem coming out hot right now.
Yeah, they definitely are, and Hacks actually comes through with a big double kill. The TAC 5 does come in. I feel like it came in a little bit late on the side of Mayhem there, unfortunately, but sometimes that's just the way it goes. I don't know how much it's going to matter, though. If you look, we're sitting 8 points away from a Mayhem win. Possibly one of the better respawn games we've seen out of Mayhem in forever. And they are realistically rolling Seminole right now.
They are. They're starting off strong. They had a big P1. P3 was no different. P4.
I'll tell you what, Seminole, a good hold here, though. Oh, my goodness. Vague coming through with a big 4-piece. Make it 5. He finds Awaken as well. Oh, my goodness.
Tectonic on the backs of a great Sparrow shot does find Vague and takes him out, but damage was done. 5-man clean sweep there. Vague going to be taken out yet again. Tectonic able to find 2 on Vague there, and that is going to be game number 1 going through early. We didn't even see a full reset. 150 to 93. This was a sweat fest from beginning to end, and I was paying attention a little bit closely to the Zygnus matchup, where I just saw Tatio have 3 people chasing him through the bottom of grannies. And he took out 2. It was a Parrish who ended up getting that last frag. And it just seems like Zygnus leaving Tatio by himself every single round, it's not going to work out.
Yeah, definitely a big opening game for the side of Mayhem. They come through with a victory over Seminole, but it's not over yet. We've still got another game, maybe even 2 to go between these 2 teams. And definitely going to be an exciting one. We've got some great sniping talent on both sides. Looking at the likes of Jez and Little B specifically. But I mean, I gotta say, you know, you can never count Tectonic out, even though he's typically speaking a main slayer, a main all-arounder. This dude can pick up a sniper and body you like he's washy.
Trust me, I got first-hand experience of that earlier today. As a matter of fact, I made the wrong mistake. I didn't listen to Hitman. He said, bro, Tectonic is peeking jungle site. Don't go down that site. I peeked 1 second, and through that little crack in cubby that peeks out to the jungle site towards the spawn of the attacking side, he literally just beamed me one shot. I didn't stand a chance, and I slid and everything. Just ridiculous. Very well talented. I've stated this multiple times before. You could give Tectonic a rock and he'll find a way to kill 5 people. It's in his blood. It's in his DNA. He's built differently. Any gun in his hand, I guarantee you, he's still gonna find a way to get that kill. So he found a few early on with the respawn sniping, and just an absolute beast of a player. Finished up strong, 24-6, minute and 24 on the hill too. So man of multiple talents. No reason, no surprise that he was last year's regionals MVP. This year he was outstanding in every game that I saw him. He continues to be outstanding, and probably one of the staple pieces to this NA comp scene.
Yeah, you're absolutely right, and we'll definitely be looking forward to the future with Seminole as well as some of these other teams. Obviously, a lot of these side tournaments are not the main focus for these upper end teams. Your Mayhems, your Cygnus, your Tribes. These guys are all here for practice, for using this as a stepping stone, a time slotted scrim basically that they get towards their Worlds practice, even though it's only really like half Worlds with the way it's set up. Unfortunately, Activision has decided that's the safest thing to do with COVID still being about in some degree. So, unfortunately, that's just the world we're in. But, stage 4.5 is better than stage 0 from last year. So,
here we are, game number 2. Mayhem take a massive chunk of that P5 rotation in the game early, 150-93. Now we're on match point. The guys over at Seminole need to find a way to take a dub here, and if they do, we are going to see a domination on takeoff. I'm looking at chat. Watch Cygnus versus Tribe 1-2-0. Tribe did win 2-0, but that's on the backs of Tatio literally being the last one alive every round, and he almost clutched it like 2 or 3 times. I was watching a little bit in the background, as well as giving this matchup the respect it deserves, because it was probably one of the sweatier matches that we're going to see tonight. Nonetheless, here we are, game number 2 coming through. Predictions, chat. You think Seminole going to have what it takes to take us to that game 3, or will they be moving on to play against status quo in the losers bracket? I don't know. We'll find out.
Destroy the objective.
Yeah, getting on into this game. It could be Mayhem closing things out in a 2-0 victory. It could be Seminole bouncing back and pushing us to a game 3. We'll have to see. Search and Destroy, definitely a big game mode for both of these teams. And right now it is Tectonic pushing back towards a gas station here. He's not opting to snipe here in Search and Destroy. A little bit interesting after the performance he had respawn sniping on Raid, but he's coming through with a MX-9 Shorty class. Definitely a potent one on this map specifically. No first blood yet. Grenade does take a chunk out of Hacks, but he does survive. And a very slow-paced game for these two teams.
Yeah, they're playing the long game. They definitely don't want to make any unintentional mistakes early on, not giving their opponents a lot to work with. As a matter of fact, I do see the push coming through to this B site where Solar might get this bomb plant down. Slotty here to sound off. Does not hear the bomb initially. Sun going to get the clear plant. Now they're going to push up. Very well coordinated, very well played. Space actually going to open up the floodgates with the first frag. Little B and Awaken going to follow up a massive Search and Destroy presence here to continue the energy for the Mayhem guys. And Rabalo and Vay going to be left in a 2v4. It's tough, but doable. I've seen better, or worse odds pan out for the defense. Vay going to find one. That's going to, up the ante. Little B drops. Tectonic looking to make this defense come through, but Space just absolutely too OP. Finds one, and that is going to be Raballo dropping the Sun. Or Solar. Good God, not Sun. It's getting late, guys. 1-0. Pretty decent round there. Love the strategies to that B site. They don't overcommit to where they, you know, overextend themselves and put themselves in a compromised position. They know how risky it is to make this B bomb plant through. They get the job done, and they fall back accordingly. Very well executed search round for the guys that were in Mayhem, and now we're going to see if Seminole can respond, you know, out of this competition now. Tectonic holding this back alley area, and minute and a half left in the round. Hacks finding two massive to open up the First Bloods.
An intense round of boiling out between these two teams. Solar able to find one there, bringing things back to a 3 versus 2, but then gets dropped by Raballo. It's now Tech in a 1 versus 3. Gotta say, I have to 100% believe in him. Definitely saw a 1v3 clutch earlier today, actually. So definitely possible. Raballo, Hacks, and Jez, definitely some really intimidating opponents to have to go up against, especially since, you know, these guys know they've got bomb down. Look at the positioning that they're playing. I would say the one that's maybe not in an ideal situation is Jez playing pretty far back in the bakery back there, and you know, that's almost why right there. If that shorty shot would have came out from Tech and got the kill, Jez nowhere to be found to help the team. Might have been able to get a sight, but I don't know, just really rough position to be in again when you know you have bomb down. And
the enemy has the bomb.
They end up clutching it up, thankfully for them.
Big, much-needed round there to even things up for Seminole. They are down 1-0 in the series. We're going to see an unorthodox push through the back alley area. Gas station completely compromised. Tectonic able to survive with a slither of health. Is going to get the push come through from Slothy, who wants to peek the staircase, but know the goat's there. Is going to pay a little bit of respect here and just play a little bit of time. So is going to opt to push out. Bombs down, however. Awaken finds one. Awaken going to get traded. Hacks picking up another massive kill. 5 on board for him. Tectonic coming through in a massive way. Does find one. His third smoke. The area going to get the reload, and Hacks trying to get the shots to land. Solar peeks out. Really shouldn't have done it, but nonetheless, only 17 seconds on the clock here. Hacks has got to find 2 and a bomb defuse. Tectonic able to make the shots land, and now we're going to have a 2-1 advantage. Back and forth affair, though, so we'll see if Seminole can keep up the pattern. If they will, round 5 will determine who has the lead before the round swap, or before we flip sides, but nonetheless, still a stout matchup ahead.
Yeah, definitely a great game right now. Hacks picking up the refrag onto Solar. Awaken gonna find Slothy, given the 2v1 trade in favor of Mayhem, but that doesn't stick around long as Hacks pops off right there onto Space with the 2-piece. Fortunately for Mayhem, Tech with a good slide, gonna pick up Jez. Little B gonna find Hacks, and now the tides have turned. What was looking like an advantage for the side of Seminole, vastly different situation now. You're left in a 1v2 against Tectonic and Little B. I mean, not very many names scarier than that for Search and Destroy, let alone to be in a 1 versus 2. They aren't playing their doubles super strong right here, but you can see Tech starting to make that push over. If they were playing a little bit closer, probably get that refrag a little bit easier, but doesn't really matter. Even at that distance, Tech, yeah, rocking with the MX-9.
Yep, Guildmania came through with a massive raid, dude. Absolutely appreciate you, my guy. I hate I wasn't able to join you guys for that melee-only best of 3 with Tribe and Cygnus, but just to know that we were with you in spirit, and we were actually enjoying it in the middle of this matchup starting again. 3-1 lead now as Mayhem able to take another round. Tectonic clutches that 1v1 at the end of the round. Played it so very well. Time was of the essence, and It was only a matter of time before Robalo actually made that push up to the bomb side effectively, and Tectonic able to capitalize on that out of placement. We're going to see another round come through, and Hacks trying to peek this back alley area. Actually going to eat some bullets. Slothy got a mouthful himself. Shorty does not forgive at that distance, and now the bomb is going to go down. Jez going to be out. Little B finds his fourth. He's having a pretty spectacular time, but as soon as I say that, Vague and Robalo going to tag up for 3, making it even. 2v2 here. Bombs down, 28 seconds. Solar going to be taken down. Now Space is going to be concussed. Well played. Robalo picks up 2 and a defuse. Vague right there like, hey, let me get that bomb defusal. Not happening, Vague. It's Robolo's time.
Get ready for the next round. Enemy has dropped
Yeah,
the bomb.
switching sides now. Mayhem have the 1 round advantage. Definitely a big opportunity where they could come through with a victory here. A 2-0 would get them cleanly further on into the finals of this event. Little B making it look even more possible. Picks up a first blood, but Space on the receiving end of a grenade from Vague. Tectonic in the corner. Oh, man. The 2-piece shot with the shorty not going to be enough to finish off. Hacks gets turned on, and now the quick bomb plant quickly turning the tides of battle in the favor of Seminole here. They now have plenty of time where they can just set up, force Mayhem to play against the clock, play out of their comfort zone, and really taking advantage there. Robalo catching Little B off guard. It's now Solar and Awaken left in a 2 versus 4 with only 20 seconds left on the clock. Slothy going to bring it down to just Solar. Now as Solar rotates over, he's going to pick up Robalo, but 15 seconds on the clock. I don't think he has time to win 3 gunfights and pick up a bomb defuse, but
Ready for the next round.
can't win the gunfight in the first place, so that's going to tie things up 3-3.
Yep, there was Tectonic there on that A side. Cubby just gets a push from 3 different players to put right inside of that Cubby area. It just wasn't favorable for them. Seminole, well-executed bomb play and get the revenge of a lifetime there on that, and now have the opportunity to take an advantage in this search and destroy. As soon as I say that, Little B, you are absolutely disgusting. Finds 2. But we've seen 2v4s happen here. It's going to be on the backs of Hacks and Jez. I don't think I have any more faith. Oh my god, Jez, what is this, dude? What is this goose egg at the bottom of the screen? Is this a donut? This is not what I'm used to seeing Jez do, but you know, nonetheless, it is what it is. Little B still alive, going to rotate up top blue. 2 players left. Mayhem should be able to secure this round. Hack's going to be taking some shots, so the push is going to come. Tectonic going to be able to do a little bit of petty work and falls back. Definitely knows the severity of, you know, him dropping this round. Doesn't even risk it, so bombs down. I believe Mayhem know exactly where it's at, as Tectonic is literally camping the area where he sees it. Is going to play the long game here. Hacks and Jez, 48 seconds on the clock. Not much to do here, as I do see Jez trying to get a circle around and get a clearing. Spots Tectonic, but Tectonic playing disciplined. Space actually going to be taking some shots with this SKS. And dude, I don't know if you've seen Space play with this SKS, but I have. And I've actually been in games with him playing it. It is just ridiculous, dude. He pre-fires everything, but is going to get pre-fired himself. Jez actually going to open up that shot up, finding his first on board. Tectonic going to thread those shots in, and that is going to be a 4-3 advantage. 2 big frags for Tectonic. And Mayhem cruising in the lead again. Jez has 1 kill on board, though, so that is let me know that he is coherent.
Frag out. Enemy in sight.
Oh, Vague. Oh, how did Vague turn that corner, and Robalo gets beamed? Pretty unfortunate. Hack's going to find a kill onto Tech, but gets refragged out. Jez and Slothy each picking up 1, but Space with a quick answer back. Going to bring things in a very, very quick 2v2, and Slothy finds the better of Space and Awaken, tying things up once again, 4-4. We're on our way closer and closer to that round 11 search and destroy, maybe seeing a game 3 between NYSL Mayhem and Seminole, one of the teams that for I mean, the better part of this whole year has, I mean, basically been advertised by the community as the #1 team in North America. And we'll just have to see in time. We haven't seen them beat your Zygnuses and your Tribes consistently, but they're definitely a team that's up there.
They've got a massive pool of talent to choose from. Space was a huge pickup, in my opinion. Didn't necessarily had the abilities off the rip due to making that transition over the phone, but I gotta say, I'm digging Space on phone. I for sure thought he was going to be one of those players who just played Rink and kept with the iPad, but really got serious after, you know, the initial thought of joining up, and we've seen the transition. It was ugly before it got great. Now it's to the point where dude is just probably better than iPad Space. I love watching the guy play. He's dynamic, has some nasty shots with the SKS, able to adapt to the metas. He's not one-dimensional when it comes to sniping, has a versatile variety of skills, but I did see he gets taken out this round. So Jez picking up some much-needed slack as he finds his 4th. Was on a goose egg earlier, may have heard me call him out, and Little B gonna be taken down. A 1v5 for the GOAT. Is it possible? I don't know. Vague gonna peek up. Vague gonna hit every single shot, and that's gonna be Vague picking up a nice 2-piece and taking us to a match point. Seminole have the advantage. Can they close it out here and take us to a game 3? This is a round they could do it on.
Destroy the objective. Bomb acquired.
Yeah, match point for Seminole. If they pick this one up, they can send us to a game 3. A domination between Seminole and NYSL Mayhem. Definitely something I'd love to see, even as late as the night is getting. Mayhem, if they're able to turn this round into their favor, they'll get one more opportunity to try to close this out in a 2-0 victory, but they cannot afford to make a mistake here. And that was a bold push by Vague there. Does get the concuss, but I don't think he was prepared for Tech to be as far over into the corner as he was.
Yeah, even on the backs of a concussion, can't stop Tectonic. And as a matter of fact,
if you think about those angles, right, you're typically right there, right where Tectonic was just at. Like you're expecting a player to be camping one of those head glitches, not tucked away in the farthest left corner they could be in. Tech hops the wall, gonna find the refrag onto Hacks, but Jez gonna pick up Tech Solar with one onto Rabalo. It's now a 3 versus 2, but Jez not ready to go down. Finds Solar, finds Little B as well, and now Space with not enough time on the board, trying to trick shot his way to victory.
We're gonna see a game 3 here, guys. Game 3 it is. Domination takeoff. Oh my god!
Oh my goodness!
Not gonna have time,
but
you know,
what a clutch kill
what a
feed
clutch,
there.
what
Oh
a clutch
my
little kill
goodness.
feed there for Space.
Get ready for the next round.
He had no business winning that.
No, he
No
didn't.
business
You
winning
know,
that.
I couldn't tell if he was going to be able to hit the shots, but sure enough, I saw both of them drop. That SKS is absolutely lethal in the hands of a player like Space. We've talked about, you know, the push over to the SKS from the AMAX. A great move, in my opinion. As a matter of fact, the iron sights on that gun is just so clean. Don't even need to waste a slot for the gunsmith on a red dot or anything like that. So, well played from Seminole. They extend the series to a game 3, and I'm looking at the kill feed, a scorecard, 14 kills for Hacks. He was so very dominant early on, but Tectonic on the flip side of things right there with him, 15 kills above. One above even the top frag over there for Hacks, but man, I was expecting Mayhem to close this thing out in 2, just based on the pure fact that they're so goated in search and destroy games, and Seminole just find a way to come back. And I got to give the credit to a little bit of Jez. Jez just didn't have a single kill going into that 5th round, picked up 7. Very great turnaround for him, but Hacks is clearly the top frag, the big carry. No Hacks, no party in Search or Destroy. He is by far one of the best players on the Seminole roster when it comes to S&D games.
Yeah, I mean, this is a star-studded lineup for sure. I mean, coming into the 2022 seasons, this is going to be one of those teams that's competing time and time again for those World world spots, and is definitely going to be one that is going to stir up the mix and pull off some upsets here and there. So I'm excited for the game 3 here. Again, I am tired, but this is going to keep me up. We're excited for it.
Oh, we're in it for the long run, dude. If I didn't necessarily get Jez's point of view from that shot that he got on, I believe that was Awaken who peeked up. But I did get the perspective of Awaken, who was clearly not ready for the smoke. Jez, top side of that statue tank area, just absolutely abused him. It was just a beautiful sight. I knew that Awaken was trying to sneak up and try and maybe position himself for a defuse, but the all-seeing Jez just absolutely violating.
Just waiting on a couple players to get readied up to get you guys back into the action. Definitely going to be an exciting one. Winner of this will continue along their adventure in the winner's bracket. It's not the end of the road for whoever loses here, but they definitely have a longer of a battle. So keep your eyes peeled on this one. It is pretty important because the competition that these guys are going to go up against moving forward or moving down is not going to be fun or easy matchups by any means.
No, I'm taking a look at it. As a matter of fact, the loser of this match is going to face a stout opponent in 11. I thought they were going to be moving on to face Lux, but I was wrong. Zygnus going to be moving on to face Lux. I thought we decided that status quo were going to, remain in the tournament regardless if they lost that matchup against Lux. Did we just throw that out the window?
Do what now?
Did we have that discussion that regardless of status quo wins or not, they were going to continue on in the losers bracket against Lux?
I think so.
So why is Lux still in the loser? Any rate, I'll ponder that, or I'll have that discussion with Echo after everything's said and done. This is going to be the last game of the night. It is midnight Eastern time, 11 my time. Well, 5 minutes till, but still pushing the clock here as we're getting geared up for a domination on takeoff. Man, I just hate to see a series like this end on a note like this. Domination takeoff is probably better than Domination Hack the Yard, but not by much, right?
No, not at all. I mean, not one of the more exciting maps in the game for sure. And again, I'm right there with you where I'll trade this for a Summit any day.
Oh yeah, Summit by far. Like I talk a mad crap about Summit dominations, but I would love to see a Summit. I'm getting word that we might have Gil join us for this third game, so this is the third and final one of the night. Don't see him in VC just yet, but he should be able to. There we go. Gil, how are you doing, buddy?
Gil's got to be doing great right now. He got a
Bro.
baller Zygnus versus Tribe game to cast. My goodness.
So jelly, bro. So jelly. Gil, how was that Tribe Zygnus melee only matchup?
It was pretty interesting. And it got even better when they started dropping their Goliaths and not really using them too much, but just staying inside of the OVJ to be annoying to the opponents. It was pretty neat. I have to say it.
just know that we were jealous the entire time. We didn't get a chance to cast it ourselves, but we were, kind of, living through your eyes, and we loved every minute of it, bro. It was a matchup of a lifetime. Seeing Tatio pick up those boxing gloves was like watching, a Muhammad Ali step into the game. He was vicious.
Yeah, definitely. In multiple occasions, he was just left alone and was able to get plenty of kills. Unfortunately, it's tough for you to win in a 1v4, 1v3 when you're playing with only melee weapons, because even if you get the kill, there's someone else behind them trying to go after you. So it was fun games overall. And yeah, now we are gonna be on the last game of the day, right?
This is the last game of the night. This is the matchup that we've all been waiting for. Mayhem take a massive lead in the series with that hardpoint win, but fall short of a 2-0 here. And now we're going to see how it fares out as We are bouncing in it. This is a takeoff domination. Hate to see it come down to this point, but it is in the rotation. Team's got to practice for this, especially with Mayhem making that stage 4.5, stage 5 presence. Definitely going to be a part of the rotation. Raballo going to pick up 2, but is instantly traded by Awaken. Vague on some top control here. He is going to be able to maintain it for a time being, but Tectonic tries to live his life. But Vague, oh my god, Vague picks up 2 big kills.
Taking Bravo.
And we've got a little bit of an advantage on this B site early on for the guys over at Seminole.
Yeah, and they are really trying to get some control under Bravo, but the side of Mayhem is not making it easy, just over and over rotating there on time to avoid any sort of control there. I do see that Ravallo is getting some time inside of the flag. Immediately has to get out of it because, like I mentioned, the push from Mayhem is like a non-stop truck. They may not get the best control, but they are still trying to get you out of it as quickly as possible. This time around, finally gonna be under control for Seminole, and the 2 caps are gonna be captured for them.
Yep, we've got a heck of a game here in takeoff. We're going to see the push from Mayhem to this C site. They are going to get control of it for the time being as I'm looking at the map control. Only Raballo here to answer, maybe Jez. But if it even gets to that point, there's too many players from Mayhem. This is an absolute beast of a control, but Jez actually able to win 1. And actually going to be able to secure the C site recap by himself. How does that happen? Seminole opening things off massively with the B cap. They get the C cap to come back through, and they're going to be able to maintain advantage, and they're going to be able to continue with their lead. Predator missile kill coming through for Jez as he picks up a 7th. That's going to halt any kind of traction on this B side. Tectonic might be in danger here. The push comes through, the pre-fire from Jez. Bro, this kid is just... He's on another level when it comes to those pre-peaks.
Absolutely on another level. In there, he's gonna get pushed in a weird way. I don't know what happened there. I saw the enemy on the ground for a second there. Jez was able to get plenty of kills. He ends up dying, yes, but he already got the Goliath. Already has that closest strike in hand. And they are still under control for 2 flags. Potentially, those can be used to gain track over 2 flags at the start of round number 2. So that's gonna be huge for them. In there, the Mayhem roster are trying to get Bravo under control. They're gonna be able to do it. So the disadvantage is not as high as we move up to the end game of the first, the end round, better said. It's only the first one, but quite close. I don't think I see a clear winner in here. And I think I heard you guys saying that I think it was Mayhem who dominated on game 1. What was that the case?
Oh my goodness. May have dominated the game 1, but B-Cap was just absolutely too OP there for Seminole. I peeked up from Tectonic's point of view. As soon as he peeked that corner, he had 4 very, very thirsty Seminole players there to just absolutely reproduce that energy, and they, they did their business. They got the B-Cap. They took Tectonic out. And we've got a back and forth affair here early on. Seminole going to have the lead going into the second half, but when we flip sides, C side is going to be the point of focus. Yes, the hardpoint game was a very back and forth affair up into that P4 transition where Tectonic was able to just slay away with the score streaks, able to capitalize on a cluster and a lightning strike to open up the floodgates. They closed it out early on P5. We didn't even have a P1 reset, and it was on a raid map. So, just keep that in mind. That's a huge map to dominate on a flip from P3 to P4, and they did it so very well.
Well, this time around is definitely not working as good for them, and that's a huge part because of Big, who right now is with 20 kills for himself. The team are going to be able to capture Alpha and Bravo once more, and you said that C was going to be important, and it should be, but Mayhem are not capitalizing on that. They do have players around it, but in here I see Vague taking that kill into Solar, then immediately rotating towards a different area. He's trying to go for another kill. Tectonic though was ready with that shorty, but that's not even enough. That's just not enough for Mayhem. They are losing this game in a dominant manner to Seminole.
Yeah, they are. As a matter of fact, Seminole doing a great job of maintaining that B flag, even though they have the, let's say, bad side of the map. A is clearly not as easy to maintain. B, but C just not favoring Seminole. Oh my god, Space absolutely turned on Slothy there. The SKS just too OP, but Seminole still able to turn on Mayhem early on here in the second half. They have a 26-point advantage. It is going to continue on as Seminole maintaining B site accordingly, putting the pressure on big time. Awaken be able to take out that that sentry gun, massive, but Jez is still in the area. He's got a Goliath in pocket, and he hasn't had the opportunity to use it yet. The cluster comes through, and that is going to clear off B. It's going to halt the 60% progress that Mayhem, Tectonic in particular, was able to get uncontested, but sure enough, cluster just too OP. Mayhem trying to reevaluate their strategy. Are going to send 2 players up to the A site, trying to put a little bit of pressure on the Seminole squad, but the lightning strike for Raballo comes through, and that could also be a factor here. Is going to get a hit marker. Space going to use his as well. Is going to pull out the RC, or not the Shock RC, but the Dragonfire. That, you know, mini UAV, mini advanced UAV, however you want to see it. And Mayhem finally getting on point, but it's a day late and a dollar short. They need a triple cap here.
Yeah, they need a triple cap, and at this point, I don't think you can see it. Let's see if it can come through. They're trying to go work their way through A, but we already have Jess holding that Goliath, holding that spawn, making sure that no one gets around. 142 to 103. Mayhem are trying their hardest. They still technically have time, but like you mentioned, the triple cap must come in place, and for a really significant amount of time. Jess realized that he doesn't even need to be exposed. He needs to be covered. The second that he hears that someone's on the flag, he's gonna jump out, try to get the kills. Mayhem are not gonna be doing it in here.
Mayhem gonna fall shy of a Game 3 victory by about 30 points here as I'm looking at it. A is still held by Seminole. They have no traction on it. 150 to 119. Seminole come out slaying hard. Mayhem going to be moving on to face 11D on Wednesday's stream as this is day 1 coming to a conclusion. We saw a bit of excitement from the Tribe Cygnus matchup, which was melee only, just an absolute, you know, I'm one that absolutely would have loved to cast that. I'm glad you got to do it, bro. It was something we enjoyed spectating from the lobby, waiting for these teams to join in. I wish we'd have been able to see a little bit more, but Day, what are your thoughts, bro? This was a well-collected Seminole team who came in with a mission. They executed properly. Mayhem gonna have to regroup and move on to the losers bracket.
Yeah, like I said right at the beginning, this is not the end for either one of these teams. One team is going to advance through the winners bracket. One team is going to drop down to the losers bracket with an opportunity to climb their way back up. I mean, you know, we saw in actually several of the NA championships, you know, your stage 4s, your masters, where a team would drop down into the losers bracket and then come all the way back up to the finals. It's a very similar format here as well. So we will see as things get further on. Seminole overall, I mean, it's so hard to say for Takeoff because we don't see Takeoff domination very well, very often. But the rotations overall from Seminole just were a bit better. Overall, they also just fragged out harder. I mean, just all the way across the board fragged out harder than Mayhem did. And when you're looking for control of a map that has really weird, finicky spawn points, those kills really matter more than some of the more relaxed, tighter maps like a standoff or even possibly a raid. So definitely a great game between these two teams. Mayhem, obviously a team that never upsets. Seminole, upcoming talent that we're really looking forward to in that 2022 season. And yeah, I'm ready for the next set.
Yep, Wednesday we're going to be starting off Mayhem and 11D as well as Cygnus and Lux. Tribe and Seminole going to be in the winners for the semifinals, where we're going to find at least 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 games, potentially 7 matchups split between 2 channels. Should be an interesting one, guys. Don't go anywhere. We're going to get ready for a raid. We'll see you back live on Wednesday, so GG's.